What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session. Today, we're going to be looking at
A couple of hands that Brian played live, and then a online session against someone who has a VPIP of 100. Well, more like 80. But we're going to watch how he plays and see how he should have adjusted, and see if anybody else adjusts, and see if he ever adjusts. All right, starting with Larry, you're up. You got Brian's hand, Ace Queen.
All right. Um,
Oh, sorry.
yes. We're playing 1-3.
Yep.
Uh, one is it 1-3 or 3-3?
It's 1-3 with 1K cap. So it plays more like a bigger game.
Okay. I'd open to 15 probably.
Oh, you got two limps in front of you.
Oh, okay. I didn't see. Okay. Um, 1, 3, 5, 15.
My standard's 15. So I mean I'll just tell you what I normally I
Yeah,
usually
I
pick
thought we
25.
were under
Yeah,
the gun. Um, Probably 25.
yep. That's what I normally go to. Last night eventually throughout the night I started to just open bigger and ISO bigger because I was just getting called a lot. But you know, that I didn't a lot of the time when I open
All
at
right, so
15.
we're in the middle of this sandwich here. Um,
Oh, what do you want to do? Sorry.
yeah, I would check.
You
I
would
would
check
check this. We don't really have much going on.
capable.
We're multi-way. There might be some stuff we could do. So he bets 25. Um, and so our SPR is 5. I don't think we have enough to check raise here. This is kind of an interesting spot though, because we've got equity here, we've got backdoor equity, 2 overs. This is an aggressive check raise, but I think it's I think it's in the cards. If I was going to check raise here, I would go to like I'd go to 100 or 75 or 100.
So I don't check raise here. I think that he is going to be betting almost a lot of the time when check two here in position. And I think there's a lot of draws on this board. And I think that he's going to tell me, like, I think I have showdown value here. And then on the turn, I'm really going to find out where I'm at. So I was like, I could check raise here was a consideration. And then I was sitting there and I was like, I have showdown value and I would like to see what he does on the turn before I apply a ton of aggression. So I'm just gonna call.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I mean, I think the
On a
nature of
drier
this
text.
hand allows us to. It's a hand that I think is kind of on the cusp of continuing with. And
Yeah.
in that class of hands, there are some check raises.
Yeah, that was the one. I was in between. I honestly wasn't planning on fold. There, not really any part of me was like, I'm gonna fold here. I was either check raising or calling. Was basically what was going through my head. But I I just call here. And the other thing is that like on a drier texture here, I think I probably might just fold because I think that there's just a lot less that he can be betting here. But I think he just has a ton of hands that can be betting here that I'm ahead of.
Yeah.
I'm
All
assuming
right.
a check.
We went 25 before. This time he goes.
I said I'm assuming you want to check. I didn't ever got a
Oh
call.
yeah, we're
Oh,
checking.
Larry checked.
I think that card didn't improve us. He's bet twice. I think we give up.
I said that now I think that he's just on a draw here every time when he goes 50.
Yeah,
Um,
that was the tell.
yeah, I just the double the same size. I mean, it's been pretty reliable that when they just go double their last bet, it's a lot of the time they just have a draw. And I was like, I'm ahead of a lot of draws here. I honestly think that the I can check raise as a bluff slash value here because I'm probably ahead with ace high actually, but it's also good if I ever get something like um some sort of like 10-9 of diamonds to fold, which is probably not folding, is why I don't love a check raise. But that's what I was in between of check raising or not here because it's kind of a bluff, but it's kind of like I also think I'm ahead. It's just, am I going to be able to beat a lot of the hands that he is here? And I was like, well, he's just got a shitload of flush draws. He has a um, ton of straight draws. I just kind of think that I was like, I can check raise here, but when I check raise, the problem is if I check raise, I have to go check on the river. I don't have to go check on the river, but I was kind of in a weird spot of like there is going to be inelastic hands that I don't want to go. I don't want to check raise here and then have to try and blast off when I make the SPR super low on the river. Because if I check raise here, I'm check raising to like 200 probably. And when I go to 200 here by the river, if he's got a pair and a diamond draw, like he's just so committed to the pot at that point that I can't really get it through.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'd rather think I can take my shot on against all of the unpaired draws that I'm up against.
All
So
right.
So call here, lead out river on any non-diamond. Um, you don't lead out the queen because it could complete, and then you don't have to. And I guess the eight and everything else and the king and everything else you
you
do.
want to? Why would I lead? I don't think he's gonna bet three streets with a draw.
Oh, you think? Oh, okay. So
I think
okay,
I have
gotcha.
show
You
like
think it
if I
might?
had
You think he might just give up on the river and win ace high?
yeah,
Okay,
if I had like king queen here, I would
right.
probably try and I would probably just check raise now with king queen just because I don't have much showdown
Okay,
value at all. Like if I
right.
had some sort of other draw, but in this spot
All
I
right.
just think I have showdown value when it checks through.
Gotcha. And just get screwed by ace three of diamonds, and just like that's the way it is, or ace five of diamonds. That's the way it is. Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay.
that's okay. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so I
All right.
checked. He checks back. He has queen 10, and we win. And he was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Good. And you never found out what his hand was, and who cares?
He showed it.
Oh, it
Yeah,
was exactly.
no, he showed it just when I was inputting it. I fucked up. But yeah, it
Oh,
was queen. It was queen
What was it?
10 with like one diamond.
right.
King
Queen ten.
10?
Yep. And that's the hand that we were gonna. And that's the hand that we were, you know, programming against. You weren't gonna do anything weird on an eight or a king.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no. I on an eight or a king. I mean, with ace high, I'm just gonna have to check. It's like one of the few hands that it's a hand that I'm not going to lead out because I do have when it checks through, I do win sometimes. So
Okay.
like on a hand that like if I had like 8-7 here, I can't check the river because
And
I just have no showdown value.
right. And what size bet were you gonna call on the river?
If he goes like half pot, I'm probably going to call. Like if he goes 115, I'm calling. I just think
Okay.
I might raise actually. I'd probably raise if he goes 115 because I know he's not betting thinly enough. I know he doesn't have he's just not going to have a straight there, and his line just doesn't make sense. Like he's not betting a backdoor here the way he is that gets into a backdoor straight with ace four or like 4-6.
Exactly. Ace four of diamonds.
Yeah, so I was like, he just doesn't have that here. So I would probably just check raise the river if he actually bet, just because in case he's betting with something. Like if he goes
Right.
115, he still has enough behind that can make him
Okay.
fold.
And this fits the nice thing this does is it fits the check raise river that when it goes check check you win a lot. So that's why this hand is a good river check raise bluff. Um, boy, that is a lot to read into the 2x turn, and you were right. Nicely fucking done. All right,
Yeah,
next up is Mike.
it was a day of making some interesting calls yesterday.
Yeah, that's strong.
Yeah, good result. Do we think that's long term profitable to call down like that?
Uh, we do until we start disbelieving the 2x turn, because I was on team fold on the flop and I was in team fold on the turn, except for the auto 2x. That's when I went, wait a minute, same as Brian. So
Yeah.
let's see how true that is and how long it stays true, and maybe not post this on YouTube. All right, here we go.
Yeah, I don't know how long term profitable is. There's a lot of plays that were maybe not long term profitable, but there was just things in my head that are like, this doesn't make sense. So I'm gonna trust what I think and call here,
Yeah.
hold here.
That's perfect. And then when what's in your head is wrong, you will get that reinforced by having your ass slapped.
Scotty, is that your I'm the best player in the world
Yeah,
I mean,
philosophy?
it's exactly.
that's kind of what I did. Was like I was in a lot of spots where I was like, I think these are what's going on population wise. I normally wouldn't call here, but I think you're capable. I'm also, there's a lot of things that just aren't adding up to me for some reason here, and I'm looking at you and you look very uncomfortable, so
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I'm calling or
yeah,
something like that, you know.
yeah. The shorthand for the best player in the world is believe what you think and act
Yeah.
on it. And then let's find out strongly that we were wrong.
Yeah, there's a couple times where I was like, if I
Let's
get
make bold
scooped, I get
mistakes.
scooped. I don't care.
Yeah,
Like I think I'm right now.
yeah. Let's make bold mistakes. All right, Mike.
All right, so we know what we want to do if we continue to play this. I'm what I'm thinking in the back of my head is this always just an absolute slam dunk ISO the under the gun. I assume that's under the gun. Yeah, under the gun limper. I mean, it's always this
It's
is this is definitely. I mean, you were always going to ISO here. I'm
from the
just
cutoff.
curious in the back of my mind. I'm like, it's probably not the best, but I mean, we ISO so. And in my game, if this goes limp, 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 it would be let's see, it's 1-3. So we'd go probably 18, 20. You'd probably go 20 here, right? 25 maybe. I know we like to go really big in these live games.
I definitely go like 30 here, I would bet. Um, yeah, I did. Um, yeah, I think from the cutoff, this is a questionable one. I think from the button, I'm just always gonna ISO here. Like this hand's just from the button, I'm gonna be in position. Definitely, like I'm always ISOing this.
Yeah.
All right, we get a good result.
Yeah.
All right, it checks to you, Mike. What do you want to do on a king high board?
Yeah, yeah. Gee, I wonder. I would see bet here, and this is the classic sort of king high board, see bet frequently. I mean, we even have the ace of spades here, which is really good. So go half pot.
So I was also going to say, I was like, might be one of the hands that actually would check on a king high board, even though you're going to be like sometime. I'm sure it bets at some frequency, like all the hands bet at some frequency. But I bet this hand checks at some frequency on king high boards just because it's a strong ace that has showdown value. But
Yeah,
that's not.
if it mixes and you're torn, then I'd say take the bet,
Well,
take
I'm
the
just
bet
going to
side of
see
the
bet
frequency.
either way. I was likely going to see bet, but we get called. So this is a line that I mean, all right, I'll let you play it how you want. So he checks. Pick
Hey.
up.
Okay. I mean, obviously we pick up equity. We could check or bet again, and if we bet, we're going to go on the larger side. Do we have to go large here? We don't have to. I think in theory you want to, but I think exploitatively we could go small again and then consider going larger on the river. I think I prefer to just kind of go with what I'm used to, and I would bet here, and I'd go 100.
I was really, I was with you too. I was very in between here on betting or checking. I think if this was King 7-3 Rainbow and he calls, I'm probably betting the turn often, much more often, because I think he's just going to have less draws there that I'm ahead of. So I have to probably start trying to push him off of something like 7x or King, like a weak King, because but I think with this many draws available, I'm okay with checking. I was very in between because it's like I pick up equity here, so I could obviously just continue. But I was also like, I beat a lot of hands as well.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about getting a king X to fold here. It's a lot of these under pairs from nines, eights, and sixes, and that sort of thing. They'll just sort of shrug fold. That's why maybe you don't have to go quite so big, but I just don't want to give them a reason to stick around. So, but
Well,
yeah,
the thing is, when I run this line, a lot of what I do too is when he checks the river, I blast like crazy, like because now I'm pretty confident he has showdown in those spots. When he checks river, when they don't come out and bet, I'm much more likely to call when they come out and bet, but because they just come out and stab a ton there. But if he goes check check, if it goes check check, and then he checks the river, I'm probably just gonna bet like I would usually bet probably 300 then on the river. because I just think he's not gonna have king X, but he's gonna have hands like 7X and 6X, and I think I can just make all those things fold for 300. But
And when they fold up for 300, what they say is, "I know you don't have it, but I'm going to get you
yeah,
next time," right? Because it is very hard to think of a hand for me that wanted to bet the flop, check the turn with the flush draw out there,
pocket deuces.
and then blast the river.
Pocket deuces.
Yeah, exactly. It's that kind of thing. It's pretty fucking thin. What it is.
Or yeah, no, that's what it is. There is like no hands, but they just don't
Yeah,
call you when you do
right.
that to
So
them.
that's why I think your line is not a good line with 100 on the river. I think you've got to get over the hump of.
Oh yeah, you blast. Like you don't fuck around on the river
Yeah,
whenever
exactly.
you're not making some small bet. Like you're
Right.
ripping it on them.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Mike. Bets 80 on the river into 130.
Uh, I'm probably just folding. Um, I mean, he's going to float you on the flop, which he can do with a lot of hands you beat. We've checked the turn. If he gets here, he can bluff, but is he over bluffing? I
Oh,
don't think so. So I just fold.
this is a very overbluff line. I call. I was right. I win. But yeah. I mean, this is like the one thing that you run into here is you can consider raising here. I just think that they check so much showdown value here, and then he just goes bigger with his king X here because he's a more aggressive player that's going to bet bigger when he really has it. So like, it kind of just leads me to I call, and we're end
Well,
up
I don't
getting
know. If he's betting here, he's betting something that he thinks he's going to win with, as opposed to bluffing. I think so.
oh.
Big raising is better than.
I do this line a lot, at least in live poker. I'm sure in it's things are different online, but I just in live poker they just come out and stat. When you see bet the flop with showdown value, check the turn, and then they come out and bet basically half pot on the river. They just usually are stabbing with bullshit because they don't go big enough with their bluffs, and then they only go big with their value. So then they go big with their value on the river, and you just fold. But yeah, um, that one ends up. I mean, it was a day of making interesting calls. This
Yeah.
one
Oh
probably.
man, again, it's another one where it's kind of like good result. I don't know if it's like long term good or not, but I mean, you're holding cards that you kind of want them to have. You want them to have Queen Jack. You want them to have Ace Nine. You want them to have Ace X.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, good call.
You really wanted to have spades, but
Let's
you
get.
prefer it to be the float. But they could still be small spades. You only block the ace spades.
I wonder if anybody can come to the same conclusion as me on this hand.
Right. This goes to Crash. Hello, Crash.
Hey, what's up?
Not much.
Oh,
You're gonna play. You're the person with queen in this hand. Tell us what you want to do. The
I'm
action
sorry,
begins.
Crash. You get to play
uh,
really
Goes
interesting.
limp.
oh, can you guys hear me?
Yep, we
Yep.
can hear you.
Oh, all right, cool. All right, I'm like probably super noob here, but let's try and see what I can do. Okay, so what's going on? All right, so it got limped to me. Okay. So, I mean, I'm probably gonna raise. I mean, if it's a live game, I don't know. I think the standard raise would be like 3x, right? But I'd probably go like 20.
Okay, so here's one small correction, which is so the open size is going to be to 3x, but when you've got limpers in front of you, it gets much bigger. So you're
Okay.
gonna yep. So you're gonna go when a limper's in front of you, you're gonna go to at least 3x plus all the dead money. That's like the smallest you're gonna go. So that would be 9 plus 3 is 12, plus 3 is 15, plus 1 is 16. So 16 is your small size here.
Yeah, okay. I'm thinking about like my normal live games too, and like,
Yep.
it's like a 1-2 game, but it doesn't really play that way. Usually,
Mhm.
like if you got a hand, you bet like 20 at
Yeah.
least. But yeah, so
Yep.
it sounds like 20 is a pretty solid bet.
Yep.
I'm thinking I probably want, I want to, yeah, probably ice. Like I want somebody to call. I probably don't want to go so big to get everybody out of the hand right this second from my position. I don't think so.
Yeah, people are
Per-
calling today.
Yeah.
It's not a worry.
So
Yeah,
the perfect result here is you raise and one person calls. That's the
one
perfect
person.
result.
Yeah, isolate. Yeah,
Second
okay.
best
Yeah.
result. The second best result is you raise and everyone folds, and that's okay too, because you know they have equity and now they've thrown it away. So,
So, well, all
so
right.
you're
So I
saying
was thinking
20?
20.
Yeah,
If I do want to isolate, I mean, maybe 30's better. I don't
yeah,
know. Just get,
yeah. So you're right in the right
yeah.
side there. 20, 25, 30 are all great numbers for this. Brian is going
Gotcha.
to 30.
I go to 25 here.
I went to
25.
25. Okay.
I should
All
go
right.
to 30 though. You're right.
Yeah, yeah, you should. Okay, let's go on. See what happens.
All right. Heads up to the flop four ways.
Right. So next time, going 30, right?
Yeah.
Last
Yeah.
time.
I ISO to, there's one time last night I ISO to $45 and get called in 6 spots. I was like, what the hell is going on?
That also may have to do with a lot of that. That may have to do with hands more than
Well, yeah,
size.
they were
Yeah.
all like everyone just had like a middling pocket pair and they're like, oh fuck it, I'll see a flop.
Yeah. And then once the third guy calls, I mean, then
Yeah.
they're not even wrong. Okay. So great. So you get this, and the action to you
Terrible
is check,
board. I
check.
don't like the board, but yeah.
Yeah.
Check, check. I mean, so I'm probably gonna C bet here.
Okay.
The pot's 104. I don't know. Maybe bet. I'd probably C bet like third, like 30 again.
Okay.
Third pot.
Sure. That makes sense. Let's see what Brian does.
I don't know
I think
what
Brian might have
how
checked.
I no, I bet here. Um
The goal of the bet there, Sutton, is that you charge the singleton diamonds. You you give the checked diamond flush um, a chance to
I
check raise so you can fold, and you don't give a free card to a stupid ace of hearts, four of spades that's in there. That's the advantage.
so
You
I
could go
don't
bigger,
yeah, I don't think I
but
want to
yeah,
check here
yeah. So
because
those,
so I with one person left to act, my hand doesn't want to
Mhm.
check raise. I think it's unlike it's kind of this guy's aggressive, but it's
Yeah.
he's betting into three people then. So I don't really want to check raise my hand. I don't really want to let it get checked through. So I think that the best option here is to bet. I just don't like my size because I would say like I can either go really small here or go kind of big, I think actually, because I think like what are we trying to accomplish here?
I
We're
think
trying to
for
charge a
me,
diamond draw.
yeah, I think for me, my thought process was just I'm gonna bet somewhat small. I just want to see where everybody's at. I want to see if people fold, who calls, whatever. And then
No,
after that, I'll have more to think about.
yeah,
I
I
don't
agree
know.
with that. That's a big part of what I do too, is betting small to try and get induced raises from very strong hands. But I'm kind of in like a weird in this spot when I get checked to. I don't like this size. I think I should go to 30 or be betting like 75. And I don't know if I love betting 75. So I think 30 is probably a better bet.
That's pretty wet board for that. I feel like for me, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think 75 is good. I just think like what does my hand want to accomplish? And I would say those are the two things. And the better
Yeah.
thing to accomplish is
Right.
probably just going 30. So we get called. All right, wait, let me explain now. This guy is he bets his suited ace. He three bets very aggressively. Like from what I have seen, he just has tons of like a very polar three betting range with tons of suited aces in it. Like I've seen him three bet ace six, ace seven, ace eight, and then all of the lower ones like wheel aces. And then he bets his a lot of suited broadways and suited connectors. He three bets
So
pre-flop.
you don't think he's suited right here is basically what you're saying.
I think he has so many, and then he's getting here super wide. I think he has so many combos of he's very capable of bluffing, and I think he has so many combos of ace X with the ace of diamonds. That's what I've seen from him. I've only played 18 hours with him, but this is what I know from watching those
Yeah.
18 hours. And that's
Terrible
him. That's a
card.
yeah, it kind of is a
Terrible
terrible
card, but we
card.
did pick up a straight draw,
Mhm.
or a gut shot or whatever. And actions on me too, huh? So okay, so we don't think that he might have an ace diamond or whatever, or he didn't three bet. So we don't think,
I-
he's suited anyway.
He just has so many less combos of suited aces and suited hands now because he didn't three bet.
So like, I mean, what am I
But he
worried
has
about? What am I worried about here? I'm worried about like a nine, so like king nine offsuit, I guess.
You should be very worried about a nine because the nines that are because the not it was easy for a nine to call because the nines that called your raise were if if they weren't pocket nines and they weren't ace nine suited, then they were 10-9 and 8-9, right? Because you ISO'd and this guy
Mm,
behind you. So if he had a nine, it was very easy for him to call the flop because it was a good, there was something very good about the nine that he had.
okay, and then I also have to give another thing here. I might have entirely missed that there was a four liner on the board. I misread the board.
Okay, yeah.
So, but go ahead, knowing that there's a four liner, what do you want to
so
do?
now there's one person left. Yeah, there's a four liner on the board. There's diamonds. I mean, he was the first person to call the open raise on the flop. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like I might slow down and check.
I think that that would be a good thing to do in this spot.
Okay. I feel like
I
that's what I
agree.
do a lot of times, but I actually feel like sometimes I screw up when I slow down and check too. I don't know.
I think that the best thing to do, I think that you have like you check or you go small here. I don't think you want to be betting big.
No.
Sure. Okay.
Because he's not going to raise you. If he has a nine there, he may not even raise you because he doesn't
Yeah.
showing a
Exactly.
flush. You're going to not get that information and you're just going to be shooting at a nine. And the
Well,
nine's
see,
not folding.
that's where we get to this problem because I don't do that because I don't realize there's a nine until I bet.
Uh,
Not good. I'm
no.
aware this is not good. I don't like this
Yeah.
play at all. But
Yes.
now he goes like this, and now I'm sitting there like, this guy's not going to bet thinly enough. He doesn't have a nine here. Doesn't have many diamonds here. He has tons of combos of hands that have the ace of diamonds without another diamond. So am I completely nuts for making the call? And I was like, he doesn't have queen nine, which is a good thing. He can't have that hand. So oh man, what do you want to do now
I
in this spot?
I mean I am I bet he raises. I'm probably folding here. Yeah.
It's probably the same person play, but I looked. So then the other thing that happened too is when I make this bet, I'm staring at him like right after, and he just looks like he does some like random spaz bet.
Nice. Okay.
Like, and I'm looking at him like, and now I'm like, you look really uncomfortable right now. And you did this random spaz bet. I know you're not betting thinly enough for value. You wouldn't raise two pair here. You don't have nine X that raises here. The only thing you're representing is a flush, and I don't think you have
I,
a
that's the only
flush.
thing I'm thinking too is that like if he does have it, then why not call and bet harder on the river? Just call to keep me guess if he does have it. That's one thing I'm thinking. But I'm also thinking where I see bet already. Like right now, I can just get out of this nuts board for cheap. I guess
I
is kind of
completely
my thought
agree with you.
process.
That's
Yeah.
part of what went through my head. And then I said, I'm the best player in the world, and I believe that you don't have it. So I'm calling. Scotty,
That's
it's
the thing I
been
like about this hand. That's the only, I mean, obviously I
this
like
is
the other
terrible.
hand, but no,
This is terrible.
It does
it's,
feel, I don't know. It kind of does feel like it's a bluff. I mean, a little bit, honestly. I feel like if he has it, he's just calling. I don't know.
it doesn't
But
feel like
unless maybe he's raising like some type of diamonds, but like a small flush or something like that. Whereas, I don't know, I could potentially have a bigger one. I don't know.
The real punt here is not seeing that there's a four liner on the board right now and betting big on the turn. I don't mind betting on the flop. I think flop's fine. I
Yeah.
think that this is now when I did this was when I
Mhm.
this was a problem. Yeah, I didn't realize it was just a spot where I misread the board and it was stupid. Like it happens to me. I've done it unfortunately plenty of times. But yeah, then after I look, I'm like, okay, so he could have a straight here. And I was like, no, he doesn't have a straight. He doesn't. He has so many less combos of flushes. He looks very uncomfortable. When he did this bet, it looked like as soon as I bet and then he saw me staring at him, like it looked like he got super uncomfortable and then just randomly grabbed chips and threw them out there. And I was just like,
Mm.
oh, I was just like, I don't usually do live reads and stuff, but I was like, I just don't. I was like, I think you're capable and you have so many combos of hands that just have the ace of diamonds that you would probably do this with.
So you are
So
probably, I mean, if you do call here too, I mean, it looks like he has 275 left. Like you're probably, I mean, you're probably just jamming, right? Like he's pretty
No, you're
committed,
gonna get
right?
crash. That's the one thing on the river. If the river comes a non-diamond, you don't want to bet because you
Yeah.
want because all his bluffs, when you bet into them, they fold. The only way to get that last 275, if you're right and he's bluffing, is to check the river.
Mm, okay.
You see why? So that's the one thing about this. If on a non-diamond, there is no reason for you to bet. And on a nine
Well,
is where the question is. All right, let's see what happens.
So
Because
it's
you have showed up.
bricked.
You beat ace of diamonds 10. You beat a bunch of hands.
Mm,
All right, let's see.
well, now he snap jams, and I'm sitting here. I checked him. He snap jams. What do
Mhm.
you want? I mean, like you're just so committed at this point, but I'm also like, I
well,
don't.
yeah, I mean, I think that he's snap jams. I mean, well, I don't know. So based on what you're saying, it's just like, yeah, I mean, I'm committed too. I don't know. It's another half my stack, but like based on the fact that you kind of got the bluffy read from him, I mean, I already thought he was kind of committed. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you either think he was bluffing or he wasn't, I guess, with that big bet on the turn.
What it
Um,
came, what it comes down to is that
I think once I call once if I called once I called that turn on this bet now that it was a blank on the river, I mean I think I got a call now, but I don't think I
I
would have got there personally. So I don't know.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, so I didn't snap call because I was like I do want to make a good clear decision. I did kind of call hoping that he just gives up on a lot of rivers because I expect them to, but I was just like he snap jams all in, and then I'm sitting here looking at you and you just look like you don't want to be here right now and you look so uncomfortable, and I was like this is just I said it and I was like this is probably not good, but like everything in my body's telling me to call right now, so I'm calling. And I called, and we were right.
Ace, king
Yep.
of diamonds, no shit.
Right.
And
Yeah.
this is not a hand I expected to see. I expected to see
Well, all
something
right.
like ace, like six of di with the ace of diamonds or something like that. Because he plays so wide, and I'm just shocked he didn't three bet me because he's usually super aggressive. But I don't know why he didn't do it that time. Maybe it's because of the
Yeah, I wouldn't have
large.
put him on that. Yeah, I guess without the three bet. So does that make sense though? That like just for the fact that I mean, since I called the raise on the turn or whatever, or since you did, but at
Yeah.
that point when there's a brick on the river, you have to call, right?
Yeah, I basically was like, I was, whenever it came down to it, I was like, I'm probably not folding here. I just want to make sure I'm making a good decision. And I said, well, if my like range analysis on the turn says that he has a ton of single ace of diamonds here, then I have to call here because I think that he just has tons of singles and ace of diamonds that I'm ahead of, and he just doesn't have straights here or two pairs.
He
So
must have been, yeah, he must have been Ray. I'm trying to think of what he was thinking. He must have been raising the ace of diamonds on the turn, and then since it was a blank, he just had to shove, I guess, or just make his story look good, I guess, still.
well, one of the things he may be looking at is this. Um, that you don't bet a bunch of nines. You don't have that many nines in your range for the turn,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? And so your bet looks like it's capped at a pair, and he'll get a pair to fold, which he didn't.
Not when he has the
Yeah,
donkey.
okay.
See, now this is also super player dependent. Like
Yeah,
every other player at the table, I'm not calling here. Like I'm
yeah,
folding. I'm not
right.
calling the turn. Every other player at the table. But this was the one player that I was like sitting here and I was like, I just think you have so many hands that just have the ace of diamonds right now that, and you just have so many less hands that are actual flushes that I think I actually am ahead. And then I'm looking at him and getting a live read of like, you just look very uncomfortable right now.
Yeah. And the good thing about this hand is that you followed the read. That's good.
Yeah,
It's
it's
also
very.
good that your read was correct. I think everybody here, as on when I say online, I don't mean that online players play differently. I mean, you're not sitting next to the guy and all you know is the betting sequence. This is a fold on the turn, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. And when it's not a fold on the turn without the extra information, when you go, sometimes this is a bluff, you actually, no, it's always a fold on the turn. You could do a fifth street chicken, but it's just always a fold on you're always folding to the raise on the turn here, but you had a reason not to. And the thing that I think was so good is that you believed your reason. And I think that's great.
Now the real bad part is here. Make sure we're paying attention to the board.
Yeah,
Yeah, you should have, right. That part's not good.
You know,
Because-
I didn't even notice
Yeah, he
until
definitely could
after
have
I
had
got
like king
raised.
9 with the king of diamonds or something to just call the, yeah, I don't know.
That
Yeah.
was true. He could have something like that, but I was just like, he's just like tons of his show. But I also put him in the spot like he's not doing like his hands that have showdown value aren't doing this. So I
No.
was like, because he's gonna check through, he's just gonna call so much with a hand that has showdown value and a draw. So I was just like, I just think that I'm either super dead or I'm way ahead,
Right.
and that's kind of what it was.
But
But yeah,
I can see this line taken with 10-9 of spades. I can see, I mean, the whole line from beginning of the hand to here. I can see this with 10-9 of spades here. I can see this with pocket nines here, especially with the 9 of diamonds. Pocket nines with the 9 of diamonds could play exactly like this. And any
Maybe
flush.
trying to get rid of the, sorry to cut you off, maybe trying to get rid of somebody, maybe like if I bet or raised with the ace king, his hand or something, and you have like 10-9 of spades, probably trying to push that ace of diamonds out of there, maybe.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
also remember, you don't mind getting called by the singleton ace of diamonds. You're in position, you get to see what the other guy is left. I'm talking now, you're aggro who doesn't bet thinly enough. You're that guy. So the turn bet, when you say doesn't look like a flush, I can see a flush absolutely making a small raise on the turn, trying to keep you in and getting you pot committed by the river. So
okay.
this line, I think, makes sense for several hands that beat you. But those hands are not uncomfortable when they make them. Those hands don't hate it when you bet into them for 125.
it's
They're
just,
fine with it.
but
And
it's so much
so,
of understanding how he plays pre-flop is, yeah, it's kind of, yeah. There is a lot of. I mean, I expect to be behind against everybody else. I expect to be behind. I just
yeah,
think he has so many just ace of diamonds here that I was like, I think I'm just
I've
probably
honestly
ahead,
been
and if
playing.
not,
I get a couple spots that I can play live games. I've been actually trying to play small stakes online. I feel like that'll make me better
it will.
versus. Yeah, that's what I've been
It will.
trying to do more. So I'm kind of
Excellent.
just that's a good read. I mean, yeah, good job.
Is that it? Is that it?
it
Is that
didn't
it,
feel
Brian?
good. Yeah, that was all I had. It didn't feel good. Oh,
Oh,
I have.
that doesn't feel good at all. All right, here
No,
we
it did
go.
not feel good, but I was like, I think I'm ahead here, and my whole body's telling me to call, so I call.
I like that I really, really like that you listen to that. And if we'd seen in any one of these three being wrong at one time, that doesn't mean it because you weren't supposed to be 100% sure. You were supposed to be on that hand.
I need to be like 17% sure.
No, on the river, 17%. The
Yeah,
decision's the turn. We got to count the
yeah,
turn. Got to
that's
count the
true. The
turn.
turn is the real decision of
The
whether I
turn is the
continue on the
real
turn or
decision.
not.
And the reason that you fold the river with that turn is only if you change your read physically.
Yeah,
Because
and it's only if a
instead,
diamond comes.
yeah, no, yeah, a diamond comes. But also, when he does that, you're looking at it. You're going, I'm adding this up, but I know that this makes some for some hands. But the bluffs can still jam the river, which they
Yeah,
did. So you've got to go and go. Oh no, that was not an uncomfortable jam. The snap jam part of it meant he didn't have to think about it. And that counts. All right, up next is, let's see. We have got Josh. Josh got left out last. Actually, here's what we're going to see. You're going to get the next hand that goes anywhere, Josh, but we're going to warm up a little bit. So this is the first hand at the table. The stats that we're going to see on these players are going to be accurate. They're going to move as the thing goes. So limp, Josh. What do you want to do with King Queen here? You don't know their hands.
Free bet to
Okay.
to 10 or 11. I think 11. Like, something like that.
You're still out of position. So 10 is, so let's do at least 12 and a half. Let's do at least
Okay.
4 times this.
How
plus
deep were you?
9.
Sorry, I'm on my phone. Oh yeah, we're pretty deep. Yeah. Okay, 12. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go to at least 12 and a half. Because we want to do 4 times this plus the dead money for an ISO. So 12 and a half is our minimum. And I go 13.
Yeah.
Okay. We get 1 call. And he bets pot on you.
Oh, you called out the small line and donked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, with the King of Hearts, like it's paired board, which is not great. Yeah, I mean he's got a lot of 10s, hasn't he, in the small line? So Probably just call.
Okay.
We have got backdoors. How much do you bet pot?
He bet pot. That's the difference. So straight up Nuffle says we call this. That's easy. But this is a pot size bet. And when we talk about, oh, we've got a backdoor and 2 overs. In this case, you've got 2 backdoors and 2 overs. That's the kind of language that goes into small bets. A third pot that you call half pot.
Yeah.
Pot, I think you have to have something, I think. And I'm going to defer to Mike on this. You like this just as a straight up fold here, or do you want to go Nuffle at this depth? You have no information on the guy except that he called out of the small blind. This is your first hand against him.
No. Mike.
Oh, I thought you were asking the participant.
I was asking, no, I said Mike. We already got his answer. He thinks he's thinking call, and I'm asking, do you want to apply that? Because I know what I did.
No, I mean yeah, I've just been going with pure Nuffle in situations that call for it.
Right.
Now we don't know if this player is a fish yet, so it's kind of hard to. But I mean, you do this on this flop like this, it's clearly going to be somebody that's not studied.
Right. But people
if
who
I
aren't
didn't have
studying
the
have
King of
taken.
Hearts, I think that makes it easy. Not easy. It makes it harder. I think I call here with the King of Hearts.
Okay. So you call. I just folded. I just folded straight out. I saw all those things. I have the King of Hearts. I have the back door, all that.
This is a 3-bet pot, isn't it?
Yep,
Yeah.
this is an ISO
Yeah,
pot.
it's fold.
All right, we can fold.
Yeah, and like I said, like I've gone against it, and then when I go back and review, I'm like 95% of the time I'm wrong.
Right. So here's one of them.
And when I go with it, even though my gut says, "Oh God, this is a really bad spot," but I'm going with the data. 95% of the time, I'm right. It's
There you
so
go.
wild.
Yep. So there you go.
So what stakes is this, Scotty?
This is 1-2. So this is a $100 game.
So, like, what's with everyone saying that online's like 5 times harder than live? Because, like, what the fuck is he doing calling that?
This guy's a terrible player. You're gonna see it. This guy.
There's just going to be more good players than there are in live poker.
Yeah.
Like, there's still donkeys.
No,
yeah.
but even live, that's terrible. I mean, like, like-
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, there's more donkeys in live poker than there is in online.
Yeah, and also we don't get to see all the hands, so we don't know just how bizarre some of the things that are happening at the live table are. We get to see everything online. All right. So next hand, nothing happens. We fold there. Next hand, we get a raise to 4. So this hand is going to go to let's see. It's going to probably go into Brian if nobody else. Has everybody been gone through? Let me make sure I got everybody. Larry, Mike, Crash, Josh. Yep, Brian, this is yours. You get aces. Sorry.
Boo.
So
All
raise
right.
4, call a 4.
Okay. If I didn't see his cards, we don't know anything about him. We only had 3 hands in, so we don't know if he's just opens a 4. So we'll probably just use a standard size and go to 18.
All right. Yeah, I got a little cute. And
Yeah, let's go to 18. What, you're supposed to go to like 17 and a half here anyways, right?
I know. I
It's
got
a great size.
I got a little cute. It's fine.
Why?
Okay.
What do you mean cute? This is a perfect standard.
I would have gone bigger. Because I would have gone bigger with ace king.
Wait, Mike, wouldn't standard be 18 and a half? You would do 3
12.
times and all the dead money?
12, 16,
3
17.
times the last bet plus the dead money in the pot. I mean, you're
17 and a
basically
half.
right on it.
Yeah, that puts it 17 and a half, which then basically is 18.
Yeah, right.
But 16 and a half, it's really not a big deal. It's one big
Right.
line.
I know it's not a big deal. I'm just saying. I'm saying that if you want to play against me, you're not going to see this with ace king. You're not going to see this size. You're going to see 18 to 20, and feel free to exploit me. All right. Yeah, and if you want to know, I'm a young Asian woman, by the way. If you want to find out. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we get called. We now are a little suspicious. We didn't see the jack deuce before, but because he donked out for pot after calling, we already are looking at this guy from that one hand. We're just looking at him, and we're very happy to have this hand, and we're very happy to have the ace of hearts. So he donks for pot.
Oh shit. This is a hand that you can call a pie-sized dunk with.
Absolutely. Right. And at this moment, I mean, you're pot committed. You're pot committed no matter what the next card is.
I mean, you
Right.
could jam then for
You
all of
can.
his flush draws if
You
you want.
can. But do you want to?
Um, I mean, either way, he kind of gets to play perfectly here by donking. So it doesn't really matter. So let's make him commit all of his money
Okay.
early while we're ahead. I mean, like those are your options because you're like if like you could say, do you want to? Well, if you just call here, then when if he checks the turn and you bet, he still has odds to draw on the river. So jam is like honestly, either way, you can't really play this wrong. You just put the money in.
Yeah. But I really like not raising here because we
Yeah,
don't know that he's doing this with such a
a
high
flush draw.
ability to draw. But it's not just a flush draw. It's a straight flush draw.
Yeah,
I mean, this is a
yeah.
he's got a ton of equity here, but even without that, from how he played the last one with the flop bet, we don't know how he would have continued with it. But we also don't know if he's crazy. And if he's crazy, he's folding hands with zero equity, and we don't know that he's not going to bet them on the turn.
Well, another thing that's
I don't like the raise here at all.
in between is whether you when you have a paired board like this. But the whole problem with all this is just that like he just doesn't. You're not even if a diamond comes, you're not or a heart comes, you're not folding.
Right, right. We're
And
not
if he
betting on at
and if
all.
he gets and if he has an eight, he has an eight. You're not folding.
Yep,
So and he's just donked out for pot, and you basically all you have left is a click.
right.
So like at this point, you could just it really doesn't matter what you do. You just can't fold. That's all
I
you
do.
you can't fold.
I and this is the thing I disagree with. Um, we're never folding the flop. We're never folding the turn. No problem.
Maybe we
No
fold
matter
the
what the
river.
card
That's
is.
true.
We're not folding the river. We're betting that if he checks to us, we're betting the turn against his. We're not giving his flush draws two cards. All the
Okay,
money's
so
coming
what's
on the
the
turn.
reasoning then that it matters?
Because what about when he has nine jack of diamonds here? What about when he has seven uh king
Pocket
seven
sevens.
of spades and he's a
You're right.
crazy
Actually, yeah, you're
we
right. His
don't
pocket
know that he's
sevens
not
here.
crazy yet. We know he's doing something very non-standard. Maybe he's completely crazy. If you raise, his completely crazy hands fold, and you don't know if this is the guy who bets twice with his completely crazy hands. Let's
Okay,
find
so
out.
yeah, if you include that, then yeah, it makes more
Yeah,
sense. It's just call.
right.
That's
But
right. You're right.
he's done something crazy already. Yeah.
I mean, pot size donks are just very odd in general.
Mhm. But the only two hands that we've been in that have been raised, that he's been out of position, he's done it twice, both times. I hate a raise here.
So when he checks, you just jam then on the turn if he checks.
Yeah, the money's
Yeah, I
going in
mean,
on the
because you
turn.
don't.
He puts it in for you, but it doesn't matter. Maybe he would have done this with ace seven of spades and just done this. We don't know, but he would have folded ace seven probably to our jam. And
All
like,
right. Well,
if he checked this,
we're
of course we jam because he's going to call us with a flush draw anyway. And if the
yeah.
heart
That's
came and he had the flush, you see, in every case, the money goes in on the turn, but sometimes he's not there when it happens, and now he's always there when it happens. There we go.
I mean, Mike makes a good point about if it just when he has king X, he has like pocket nines or pocket tens, and a king comes on the turn, and you lose your action. It's just the question. I kind of agree with you, Mike, but it's like, is he getting away from it when there's you? All you have left is a 33% pot bet.
I don't know. I'm just saying the
Yeah,
counterpoint to
you're
Scotty's
right.
argument is that
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
absolutely right.
it kind of washed. Maybe he's a little washed in that sense, but
Yeah,
yeah, that's the only thing.
you're right. But I get, but
I do love Scotty's like the argument against raising. That is a really
Yeah.
good one. But then I just wanted to raise that maybe
yeah.
there's another, side to that where there's a
Well,
scenario where we don't raise and then some scare cards come and then he's out. But
we really
Well,
don't want to see an ace of spades on the river. We really don't
but
want to see an ace of spades on the turn.
how about this, Scotty, though? How about if we said if we trust everything that we know about the way people play, even though this guy may not fit into the standard buckets of fish and everything, we know that people that pot size donks in three bet pots, people aren't fucking around.
This guy, but I didn't accept If this was the first hand against him, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my only thing is like I'm just like in that spot that can push us even further to just
Right.
jamming because we say he just has a strong range here and
Yeah.
we're not folding and he's
Yeah.
not folding. So let's
Yeah.
put the money in while we're ahead and let him draw or when he has pocket nines or tens or something before we kill our action.
Yep. If this is 20 minutes later and he hasn't been a crazy person up till now, and this is the first time we've seen this donk,
I'd be
we
fucking
should
kind of
also
nervous,
should
honestly.
also be very afraid that it's an eight.
Yeah,
We
I
should
would be
think that
kind
we're
of
being
nervous.
right, but we're not. But for at an SPR of 2 with pocket aces and the ace of hearts,
Can't
so
fold.
I'm not trying to get away. Okay, next hand. All right, here we go.
A lot of green and blue.
Right, so we have the limp. I fold. We have the Rays, who just got here. He hasn't played against him, so he doesn't have a reason to think this guy's super crazy. But he did get to see the showdown, and the guy's hand was shown. So he ISO's thin, not too thin. The aces jump in, of course, right? And he
Cold
calls.
call.
Okay? This is how you get up
Who's
now.
up? Who's up
How
right
you're
now?
going to get up to.
Oh,
So
nobody's up. Nobody's up.
at this point, I closed my other tables and said, "All right, we're not going to bed till he's broke." All right,
Oh my.
and it
What?
gets even better.
Oh my goodness.
Check bet, call, check bet. Sorry, check bet. Goes check bet, call, donk. No, check, and then yeah, so that's what it is. Our guy bets from out of position. We get a call. Then he checks the turn. Our guy goes all in. Our guy
He
calls.
calls.
We see it down. There we go. And he's down another 100 big blinds. Another
Reload.
right. Okay. Here we go. Next hand. By the way, the next one is going to be user. So if you want to take your mic off or chat or type in the thing when we get to a hand that there are decision points, we'll do it. All right. Here we go. Somebody raises him. He calls with a 9-8. Nothing weird about that.
He's not folding.
Bet, call, bet, call with a diamond, bet, call. So just
This guy, I think, is
open
actually exploiting him. I think that this guy made an adjustment, maybe.
and just
Or
bet,
he's
bet,
just,
bet.
yeah, because I think he just knows this guy's so wide that even though he
Mhm.
has second pair on a monotone board, he just still has a value hand here.
Yep, yep. What he hasn't done though is he hasn't observed whether this guy is sensitive to sizing yet or not. He's still being careful about his size to get called. Against a normal
I mean,
person, to get called
yeah.
by fourth pair here on the river is crazy, even for this size. So he does. So we'll see. So maybe he's adjusted. He's been there the whole time. He may have played against this guy before we got here. He was the initial player. All right.
Okay.
Next hand, we got King 4 of hearts. So, user, do you want to open the King 4 of hearts here? And I will hit this button and you can type in your answer or we can go on. The answer is 2, 3, 4. We don't.
You should, I was gonna say.
Yeah. King 4 is a hand that, can be opened a little bit here. It's right on the cusp, but I don't want to be playing cuspy hands
Yeah,
that
you should just be
fold equity.
outhanding
I
him.
have no fold equity pre-flop against
Yeah,
this
just
guy.
outhand people.
Right. So
Outhand
it's
him.
outhand people, and this isn't it. So we fold. Twos bet 2. They get raised to 10. What do we expect
There's
from
no way this guy folds.
right? Of course. Okay. And now what should you do is twos. So this hand's going to users. You're going to be pocket twos in the hand if you turn yourself on. Otherwise, this is going to the next player was
Larry.
Larry. Larry's up. Okay. Larry, what do you want to do with pocket deuces here?
All right. Sorry, what was the pre-flop action?
You raised 2. You got 3-bet to this, and the expected call comes.
Yeah.
You're closing the action.
Yeah, it was good, really good day. So 860 quid.
I'm
I was
folding.
playing all morning.
I think I fold this hand.
Okay, that's okay. A terrible call though.
No, it's
You'll be out
not.
of position. You'll be out of position to the obvious guy, which means when you flop your set, it's going to be nice because it's going to go check, check, bet, call, and then when you spring it, you already get his extra money in. So this is a situation where it's not going to be that hard to get the money in because the pot's already big. But it's 8. There's 88 after you call. There's 90 after you call. He only has 42. He calls. Do you hate the call?
I don't hate it against two people, but
Good. 'Cause you're,
our fish is short stack.
yeah, exactly. But you're playing it anyway. 6-6-10. Check. What would you like to do with pocket deuces?
Check to the aggressive.
Good. There we go. Ace king. If it were me, I would check here. He bets. He gets raised.
Easy
Fine.
fold.
Easy fold from the deuces. And small bet here. The other two times that he bet huge were draws. This is a made hand. So that's our thing. We don't know this in the game yet, but now we're trying to get a model of players like this.
Yeah,
here-
so now he's check raising as opposed to donking.
Check raising is donking, and he's check raising small.
And he's check raising. Yeah, obviously he's
This
check
is-
raising value. What we've seen so far, check raising value, donking, draws.
All right, we'll see if that. Up.
Yeah, this he's got odds to call. He doesn't know that. Let's see what he does.
Yeah.
This is very much something that lots of fish. Oh wow, he comes back over. Might be a really good read by ace 10, but I prefer a different line here.
I don't think you ever need to raise here with this hand. This is
Well, it's the thing is that they do this so often with the with like weak 10x here. They do these small check raise sizes, like on a 9 high board or an 8 high
Yeah.
board or a 10 high board. They'll do this often. And I think the better line is to call and then blast them off on later streets
Are you
than
going to
to
blast
go
this
bet
guy
three
off?
bet.
Are you
Yeah,
blasting
no, not
this
this
guy
guy.
off
Yeah,
ever?
definitely not blasting this guy off ever with 23 big blinds. I
If
didn't
you're-
look at that.
the issue with raising in position here is that you've kind of lost the in position advantage because you lost his ability to give you a sizing tell on turn out of position.
Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with like this line, but I would continue.
I don't love.
I would continue against his size.
I
with
would
the king of
actually, I don't even want to
diamonds.
continue when he only has 23 big blinds. I just
Exactly.
don't want to continue when he has 23
Exactly.
bigs behind. Because I'm not gonna be able to push him off on the later
Yeah, that's a
street.
good
Right.
point. He's
Your
short.
backdoor flush draw has gone way, way, way down in value when it is only going to be able to collect 23 the few times.
Yeah,
that it gets
yeah,
there.
you're right. I
it's
didn't
going
take
in on the turn.
consideration of step.
Yeah, it's going in on the turn. There we go. So there it is. And we see the guy double up, and we are so happy.
You put in the chat, good for the game, good for the game.
I put in the chat nothing. Put in the chat nothing, and I turned my screen resolution up. All right, here we go. Next hand. All right, he's got a real hand, and he limps it. Ace queen. We get to see the flop. 8 deuce. Anybody want to ISO against somebody who you know is playing every hand that he can?
This is your opportunity to get a free flop.
Exactly. Exactly. An ISO here is stupid, especially because he's calling the ISO. And you're playing out of position. Everything's wrong about that. Great. Check. We're checking, of course. He checks behind. He checks his ace there. Which is the sign of passivity. He does not seem like a passive player. He's not good, but he's more complex than that. King.
Pulling out all the tricks.
Right. So now the Jack 5 can bet. Easy bet for the Jack 5 here. He checks.
Where's the button?
Are we
I
going
would
to get
check.
cute? Are we getting cute? No.
Fuck no, you're 8 high.
Now he bets this. Easy call from Jack 5. Easy call from Jack 5. Easy call from Jack 5. Easy
What
call
is
from
going
Jack
on?
5. And we go away. Right. Just because the full house has come in. Easy call from Jack 5. Here. He's not in position for the flush on the river. Easy call from Jack 5. All right. Next hand. All right. He's got ace 4. He limps it. You've got King Jack. Who is it who's going to have King Jack here? Up next with King Jack is Mike. Mike, you got King Jack.
Yeah, I'd probably go 6 now.
All right. Yeah, let's start pushing it up and finding out what the number is. Let's see if we get that number all the way up to 10. It would not be crazy to be ISOing this guy to 11 because we saw him call a bet of what was it, a raise and a re-raise. So we saw him call 11 with a 9-7 offsuit. So let's start oversizing this.
Yeah, I assume like if we were here that we'd have kind of seen, because we haven't seen all of these showdowns or all of these hands, but we've seen enough, I think.
We saw the 6-9 and the 7-9.
Yeah,
A
not to
7-9
mention all the limping and calling. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
definitely enough to know this player is somebody that we have a target on.
yeah.
Well, we see him cold call like three
Exactly.
times or three
Yeah,
bet. Like we're just
yeah,
fucking going
yeah.
crazy.
We have. I wasn't kidding. I shut down the other table and said, "All right, this is where I am. This is where I'm going to pay attention, and I'm going to bring it to you guys the next day because this is going to be interesting, whatever happens." So I like that this guy changed his ISO size. I like that. That's really good. All right, and he of course calls. Hey, let's see what he does when he gets there like that. He checks.
I would almost always see bet
Right.
pretty much range here,
Hmm.
and I would just probably just make it like $8.
All
I'd
right.
probably even be sizing up a little bit.
Yep. He goes a little smaller. Gets the call on the turn with the 8.
I would be, I think I might kind of just, I don't know if I should continue here and just, I probably just check here.
You have showdown value against
Yeah, he's
against
wide
all of his
range.
I
opponents.
I
You
think
really do have more showdown value against this player than you do against a lot of others that you're in the situation with right now.
I think
But
you're reading him as strong though, right? With the limp and the call instead of the raise.
No, no, you don't.
No.
We we don't have that. We don't have that much information on him.
Okay.
Um, we didn't see that he had ace queen. That hand got folded. Um,
Gotcha. Okay.
and
Yep.
the
Yep.
and the
Okay.
hand that he had value with the 10. We saw how he played the 10 because that hand he showed down. So he check raised small with a tiny stack when he had top pair. Yeah, we don't have that. Um,
Yeah, I
Mike
was
is
just thinking because
Mike
I
is
did see that ace queen hand, so I was like, oh well, if he's
exactly.
playing it like that, yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah, exactly. And Mike is betting here on the idea of there's a ton of stuff that he folds, garbage like 7-9 again, and he folds, but it's okay if he folds because he's got equity against us. Um, when he has a pair here, either that he started with, or he's got a queen or an ace or a six and all that, we have outs against all of them with the 10, so that's fine. So the bet is easy on the flop. And if he check raises us, we're going to probably fold and we're not throwing away much equity. And if he check raises us to 10, like he does that deep check raise, then we're going to think, oh, maybe he has an ace or a queen, but we're not going to fold yet. We'll see how big he bets on the turn and try to go for our 10. It's after getting called what you want to do. So what do you want to do, Mike, here? This is the one. Against a
yeah,
normal
this is
player,
this, this is where I was kind of like, I think we can check here. I wouldn't hate betting, but I think against like this guy, I think probably just check here and realize also, like I said before, I think we have more showdown against this player
yes.
than against a lot of other players that we are in this situation with. So
Yeah, that's the
probably just
wonderful
check
thing.
here.
That's the thing about this particular hand is we actually have showdown here. Yep. He goes, I'm going to push him off. He goes 20. We of course expect ace four to call. Oh,
Ugh.
now he does the little check raise, which is crazy. And
Yeah,
it's the min check raise.
yeah. I just fold, but
Yep. You should. You should
I
fold.
don't hate the turn bet. But
I
again,
see.
I think we just like I think
I mean,
against somebody else, I probably do make the turn bet more against this player
Mhm.
against the other players.
Yeah.
this guy's not the guy to be trying to bluff. He's calling down.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. We get there.
We are
Mhm.
not trying to push him off equity. Like I would see bet range against this guy and then check all the way down with anything else. Like I'd see bet the flop and then just fold and then just give up for the rest of the streets unless I have
Yeah.
something very strong.
Free
I mean, who
card.
knows how small he's going to bet on the? Who knows how small he's going to bet on the river with his ace when it goes check check on the turn? He might bet two big blinds. We don't
Yeah.
know. We might
Well,
make
that's
it
the thing.
easy.
It's just, I mean, he's the calling station seems so
Right.
far. So
Crash, you wanted to say something? Oh, Crash, yeah, Crash wanted to say doesn't seem like he's super strong there. Yeah. So, and we don't get to see that he has the ace, but we did see that he check
Well, and
raised.
then on the turn, I was just thinking, like, I think we ended up yeah, we bet and got check raised, but I was thinking just see a free card because he
I'm
did
with
have
you.
the possible straight there.
Yep.
yeah, I
Yep.
mean, when you hit a straight, this guy's giving you everything he
Yeah,
has.
yeah, you're getting everything.
Right. And when you hit when you hit your king and he bets out, if it's small, you call and you lose. If he checks to you, you can check behind and beat almost all of his heart draws that don't happen to be the lucky 9-8 of hearts, or we didn't see the river, but when the river's a 4, the 5-4 of hearts. Yes, those beat you, but great. You can win
What's
because you have King Jack. All right,
what's
here we
really
go.
good is he's about to have like 200 big blinds.
I
So that's
know.
great. That's
I
awesome.
know. And we have 182. We are so happy right now. This is great. We're having
Let
a
everybody
great.
else stack him up, and you just take it away slowly.
Yeah, there we go. There's King 9. We expect to go limp. The 4s, given what's just happened to him, we expect him to ISO this hand without seeing it. We expect that he's in the mood to ISO, not to
See,
try to.
this is a
Oh,
hand
look at
that I
this.
don't think. Yeah, I don't think you'd. I would over limp or fold here. I think ISOing with a hand like pocket fours against this guy is just not good.
Right. I just expected he would because of what he just lost.
Yeah.
I thought he was in the mood to get the money back, but he wasn't. He was in the mood to, or he timed out. Who knows? All right. So, uh, so the 610. I don't like completing here. I think this is a much better fold than a call, even against this guy's range with 610 here, because the point of playing against him is to outhand him because he's playing too wide and be in position. And here you are playing into his game. Anybody want to complete this 610 and just lose it and just throw in a half a big blind for what, for shits and
I mean,
giggles?
Yes,
there's
I
an
would
argument to
absolutely
seeing
complete
as
here with
many.
him.
I was about to say there's an argument for seeing as many flops as you can with this guy.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
I mean, you're going to be dominated sometimes. Just know how to get away from it. But
Yeah,
like, you're
maybe in
you're
the I don't know,
there's an
small
argument
blind. I'm
for like.
folding, but
Yeah.
I think
So
there's definitely an argument for seeing a maximum amount of flops against this guy.
is that your reason, Mike, or did you have a different reason? Anybody if you're calling here and completing for a reason different than Brian's, I want to hear your reason. If it's
Oh
the
no,
same reason,
the
I
only
want
reason
to
is
hear it.
because this player will absolutely just pour money when you
Right.
have it. So
Okay,
I mean,
great.
you can make a straight with this hand, which
yeah,
is
Yeah, you
because
good.
can.
these two cards are straightening cards, I would
Okay.
complete. If it was
If it's
10-5, I
ten
would
five,
fold.
yeah, I was gonna
Okay,
say
good.
that's what I was gonna say.
You're
Ten
folding
five is
10-5,
best.
and I'm calling 10-8. So we're disagreeing about the level of straights. All right, good enough. We move on. It goes check, 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 check. He bets his 3. Uh, do we expect to see a call from King 9 here?
yes,
It
kind
wouldn't
of.
Right.
surprise me if he called.
If he
He might
calls,
raise. He might raise. I want to see.
we haven't seen him raise. We haven't seen him raise like that. But if he calls here, this tells us more about what kind of a player he is, and we don't know. No,
Nope, he folded.
it's different. It isn't. It's not. It's not senseless. The things he's done, they're not good, but there is a logic to them, and we're finding out what that logic is. All right, here we go.
It's kind of
Fold,
odd the way
fold.
he. It's
Yep,
definitely odd when he's like limping ace queen. It doing a
he's
lot of
limping
weird
everything.
shit.
He's limping everything. This three
Yeah,
bet.
but
He
then
raised
betting like
something. I don't even know
hitting
what
with
it
them and
was.
not betting, but then he bets like
Yep.
bottom pairs. So
Yep.
it's very odd. So
Yeah.
maybe
All
he's like a trappy kind of guy.
right. Yeah. So this hand we expect him to limp. He does. Anybody want to ISO Queen 9 here against him?
Yeah.
I don't.
If I knew he had queen eight, I would.
Yeah, yeah. I don't because I don't for the same reason that
Maybe
he's not
queen nine
folding
suited.
and the ISO here. The reason we ISO here is because of the folds. I think. I think we just play the hand. But he raises, and of course he gets called. Shouldn't be surprised by that.
I don't know that. I mean, I completely get.
And
It
here
just
we
makes
go.
no fucking sense
And here we
to
go.
do that from the big blind.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know. I don't think it's bad because you can build a pot in position.
yeah,
Yeah, you're with. Well, you have a dominating queen now, so
yeah. Our
that would be a good reason to
positional
do
advantage,
it.
right. So our positional advantage is going to let us the thing about positional advantage is it lets you win pots that aren't yours, and it lets you make the pot bigger when you want it to be. The first part of that I think is less true with him. I don't think we're going to get to to win pots that aren't ours by the way he plays. But I do think we'll be able to make them bigger when we want to. And at this moment here, we don't know that we want to. That's my argument. What do you think, Mike? Do you still want to raise there in position with Queen 9 against the guy?
I mean, I think my point was that people were really saying, "Oh, wow, I really hate this," but I don't hate it.
Okay. Do you want to do it? I don't hate
I
it
don't
either.
know. I don't know if I would in game or not.
Yeah.
I would
I think
really be
it's
considering it.
Yeah.
I think it's just better when you have some sort of fold equity.
Yeah.
Like when you have no fold equity, I'm like, I don't really want to. I'm not dying to bloat the pot with queen nine offsuit.
But I definitely want to bloat the pot with queen jack offsuit.
Yes, so a queen jack, I absolutely want to. Queen 10,
Definitely
I'm
want to
even
bloat the pot.
questionable about. But like
Queen,
queen jack, I
exactly.
absolutely want to. Queen 10, I'm questionable. So queen 9 makes
Exactly.
me think I just want to check.
Yep, that's my line too. Queen 10, maybe, probably, queen jack, 100%. Okay, there we go.
Interesting, because I know queen 10 would be an absolutely raise. That's why I'm
Yeah,
like queen 9. I
okay.
think
So there
pretty
you go.
good.
So there's your calibration. And queen 8, Mike?
Me too.
Yeah. Tough. Again, yeah, close. I don't know.
Okay, so that's where you are.
What about
Okay,
queen
so that's where you are.
deuce?
We're thinking the same thing. We're thinking the same stuff, but you're not doing it with queen 7 under any circumstances. Why am I putting the words in my mouth? Are you doing it with queen 7 under any circumstances?
Queen 7 suited, yes.
Oh
Offsuit.
my God.
Offsuit.
Queen deuce suited, Mike.
All right,
What
here we go.
about
All
queen
right, here we
deuce
go.
suited?
So, so he bets pot. We're not gonna play it as anything. Obviously, it's for this guy. It's just a call. He bets pot again. It's just a call. He bets pot again. The first two calls are easy. I'm making the last one because there are diamonds out there. And I saw what he did with the 6-9 of diamonds. So I'm calling here if I've got the queen 9. How about you guys?
Uh, you did he bet the turn?
He bet
Did
pot,
that
pot,
pot
pot,
everything? Yeah.
pot, pot, pot.
Ugh.
I mean, it looks like
Well,
value to me, I guess, from this guy. I don't know. I'd probably fold,
well,
honestly,
if
but I
if I
don't
had
know.
the information that we do have, we know that when he bets, he's actually, at least what we've seen, we'd assume
Yeah.
he's polar because he doesn't bet any of his really strong hands, any of his like thick value hands, but we haven't seen him make like a stacks type of hand.
I,
So we don't
I,
know what he does with
I
that,
guess
but
what
we've
do we
seen him bet
think
a
that he
lot of bottom
has when he's
pairs.
betting pot every time? Maybe a jack, maybe a busted draw. I don't know.
We saw it with a 6. We didn't. We saw him do it with a massive draw. We didn't get to see the Jack Deuce suited that we've seen now. We don't know this. So the only one we saw it on was the 9-6 suited, but we saw his 9-6 suited. So that makes this an easy call for you with
Okay, yeah. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
against other players. It's not a trivial call. Also, the fact that he limped and didn't raise pre-flop does not say he doesn't have an ace for this guy at all. I wouldn't feel confident with that at all. Other people I would. All right, here we go. Anyway, he calls easy, and we get to see the show. And we get to see the show.
You get to beat him with the nine. Is this a 9 play?
No,
Oh, no, it
no.
doesn't even play. Yeah,
Ace, ace,
never
queen,
mind.
queen, jack.
Oh, it's a split. Yeah, never mind. Okay.
Exactly. And we get to see this, and we are so happy because we did not want him to get down to 59 big blinds. We were relieved when this happened. It's like, yes, go villain 16. We are rooting for you. All right. Next hand. And let me put this in. It's going to go. So that was, next hand is going to go to Frank if you want it. And you can do it with a microphone or you can type it in the chat. And if Frank doesn't jump in, it's yours, Crash. Let's see what happens. Next hand that we go. The ace 10 is obviously going to raise. Let's see if he calls with a 4-9 or folds it. Oversized raise. We do not know that this is. Yes, yeah, Frankie, it's going to be you the next hand that gets played. We'll see what he does, but I like this guy's already adjusting. If that's what he's doing. If 5 is his standard size, so be it. But it wasn't. We saw him do 4 before. So he may be pushing up because of this guy. There's our first fold we saw. We, of course, fold to it. All right. He open folds a 4-5. He either is adjusting or is making another drink, or 4-5 is different than 7-9 to him. We don't know. Ace King raises. What would you like to do, Frankie, with a deuce deuce in the small blind against a button raise? Normal size. Flat. Okay. You can flat it. I'm going to fold it, by the way. I have.
It's a fold or a raise, right? Pretty much. if you're not
Better
gonna.
as a fold. It's better as a fold or a raise, but you can flat in the small blind, especially in a game that has no rake. This game has a rake. And
Okay.
if you're calling here, you can call a small pocket pair trying to flop a set. However, it's hard to get the money in from out of position with the set. You don't close a action, so you don't know that you're not being three bet. I like this more as a fold than a call. That's the play. This is not it. This is not a terrible call. I think it's a better fold than a call, and I think that three betting some of your pocket pairs here are better. But I want to do it starting around sevens, eights, and let the twos, threes, fours go. Let the fives do whatever you want with them, fives and sixes. Yeah, start around sevens being my three bet. Let's take a look at a chart for that once, and then we'll move on. Let's look at a poker coaching chart. Let's do this one. Let's do Peak. Our friends at Peak. The only thing we don't like about Peak is that every time you have to tell it you're playing cash, it doesn't remember because it thinks tournaments are better, and it's wrong. Tournaments are worse. All right, here we go. So we get a raise here. It's a raise to 3 in this case, and this is a game with no rake here, and our 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s do some calling, and we do a lot of raising starting at the 8s, right around there. So what you're thinking, but the deuces and 3s are so small that it's even better to fold them in a no rake game. In a game with a rake, in a GTO world, if you want to live in a GTO world. Oh, let's also look when it's 200 big blinds deep, and you can get a ton. Do we now start calling the 2s, 3s, 4s? Nope. The 4s come in for their value, but the 2s and 3s are still so bad that they rarely win, and when they do, they're the most vulnerable to be set over set. And so let's just fold them there. And in a raked game, if you want to play with this GTO chart, you don't have to, but it's probably better than the way you play now.
Mm.
Right there. 5s and 6s is where we decide, and 7s plus, we're always doing it. Here's your razor fold strategy. All right. So we talked about that enough. I folded the 9-10 calls. Caveat the player type and pool when considering all this. Yes, Mike. Are you getting three bet behind in the small blind? If you're in a game where the small blind pulls in the big blind to go into a razor fold strategy, and he does a lot of squeezing because the button is wide and you're capped, then you're throwing money away with those calls of the 4s, 5s, and 6s. But you're not throwing it away with your raises of 8s. If this guy is unbelievably tight, even on the button, then folding your 5s and 6s even more is great. Maybe not doing the 7s, but at 9s, I think you still have to raise 9s for that thing. Anyway, he calls the 10-9, nothing wrong with that. Check, bet, fold. Next hand, still on user. You're going to get the next hand also user because it was the only question. Sorry, Frankie. You're going to get the next hand, Frankie. All right. And the guy's still there. The guy's left, and he's left. That was it. That was the fun. And we will now go to other people who have hands. He's gone. Oh, actually, maybe he just sits out. We're going to go a little bit longer and see if he comes back. Just play a couple of hands here, and do it. All right. Ace 5, he raises. So what would you like to do with King 10 on the button, Frankie? Think about it. I like thinking about it. Thinking about it is good. We are in a game with a rake. What would you like to do with King 10? Three better fold, and folding is better than three betting with a King 10. It comes in with a King Jack off here. I'm not going to change this. Yeah, I'm going to be folding here. I'm not changing this until this guy's raise first in is 80, 90. He's just doing it with every hand. He's that kind of maniac, and a King 10 beats his range. The fact that he's got a raise of 46 is not that big. We were playing three-handed and four-handed. So we just fold. Jack 9 calls. Flop's good. Let's see what happens. He checks. Does not bet range. This gives license to this guy to bet. He does. Fold. All normal and like that. All right. Fold, fold. We are hoping this is the same guy. We think it is. He's still got 16 hands on him. What would you like to do with Ace 5 in the cutoff, Frankie, because now you actually get a hand that's going to go post flop. Ace 5 in the cutoff. It's not a single raise pot yet. You're the one who gets to decide if it's going to be an SRP. Oh, you meant open. Let's open. Yep, we do. We open. We get 3-bet, and what would you like to do to the 3-bet? Exactly. Just instant fold. Good. All right. Next hand. That's enough for you. Goes to. We got Frankie in there. Put it in there. Frankie in there. It goes to crash. Crash. You got a hand. All right. So we have a poster here. He checks. So this is a license for anyone with a hand to take this money. Let's see if any of them do. Fold. Same guy. Now here's the weird thing, Crash. If this were anyone else than that guy, I would not at all hate to raise a hand even as bad as 8-3. I think it's probably better not to do it this bad. But this guy, they have both shown that their hands are shit at this point. The problem is this guy will call you with a hand that's shit and shit beats your shit. So he just checks. But just seeing that make this 8-6 offsuit. And I think you should strongly consider raising here against two normal players, not against this guy. There we go.
Got it.
Yeah. So let's see what he does here. He checks it. You're the 8-3.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably just checking.
I like it. Yep. The turn. Let's see what he does with top pair on the turn. He bets.
Okay, I mean, obviously, I'm like, yeah, don't. I have some equity.
Yeah.
Like, depending on the player, I don't know about this guy. I kind
this
of like
guy.
representing a flush here if I'm playing like that. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. It depends. There's like another guy behind me too that I don't really know.
Yeah.
I might call. I don't know. I don't know what this guy's doing. I might call with the 8, I guess. Just call and then maybe rep a flush on the river. I don't know.
Yeah. So I'm folding this in his position.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely folding against this guy because I think a pot size bet's coming on the river. And I can't hold up to it. Against population.
Can we bluff this guy or no? Did he just call like bluffs? I don't know.
We've watched someone try to bluff him. It didn't work well.
Okay. Then yeah, then probably folding. Yeah.
Yeah. And we saw people get max value from him having a pair. So the 7-9, the guy with the aces got it all in against him with third pair. Yeah. I'm not bluffing him. I think I like folding this in all situations because the guy is not capped here in the sense that he checked here because he was the most out of position player. And my hand's not improving here. I like the fold. And against this, I think I like it against everybody. Okay. No, there's one guy I would call. I would call Lol Levy there. I would call Lol Levy. Lol is a friend of mine who I play with, and because if everybody checks, he's just going to bet range on the turn and bet range on the river, and the bets aren't going to be that big. This was almost pot, but there's 3 in the pot. He's going to bet 3, and then he's going to bet 5, and that's like fine. All right, here we go. Love you, Lol. I shouldn't use people's real names, should I? His name is Larry Levy, which is his actual real name. Okay, Ace 5. Up next is Josh.
Fold.
Yep. The Ace King raises. The Ace King limps.
Oh my God. Why do they do this?
Right. So this, I think, is terrible. Maybe what he thinks is this guy is going to be in there with him. Well, he is, but he's going to be in there with him against a raise too. We've seen this just seems like he's throwing away money. So he calls with a 7 deuce. We're not surprised, and we should do what? We don't know he has ace king. What do you want to do with queen 3?
Check.
Check. Yes, you're going to have queen 3 in this hand. Yeah, we want to check. This is great, and I think the ace king has just given away 49% equity on this hand. All right, so he hits. Great. What do you want to do with queen 3?
Check.
We check. He checks behind. Let's see what 7 deuce does. This is the first time he's had an opportunity to do a pure bluff, and he doesn't take it. Please, we know what we want to have happen on this hand. What would you like to do now after it went check, check behind you?
Check.
All right,
Check.
we continue to check. He continues to check. All right. The guy's got to draw. What do you expect him to do now?
Why is the ace king checking twice? Fuck, they're crazy, crazy people.
Because
Okay.
he's either a very, very bad player, or he is making what I consider to be the wrong massive adjustment against this guy. He's making a massive adjustment, but I don't think it's the right one to do against this guy. I think the right one to do against this guy is bet and bet larger than normal and get called by a much weaker range. The fact that he would
Isn't
fold
he a calling station? I mean, like,
this guy, yes, I know. I
right,
think it's the
just
wrong
bet.
adjustment. Yeah, it's the wrong adjustment. But having been checked to twice, and now that he's picked up a draw, what do you expect this guy to do?
Well, he should bet. I mean, he has 7 high. He needs to
Yeah.
bet.
I think he's going to. I think he's going to bet pot. There we go. And now the ace king thinks he's a genius. What would you like to look? Well, let's see. You're ace king. No, you're not. You would never play that way. So he just calls. He doesn't check raise, and he gives him every opportunity.
Please get out, John. Please get out,
Come on,
John.
5, 10, 5, 10, 5, 10.
Ah,
I know. He checks it. Our guy bluffs. That's good to know. That's the one thing that's happy. Ace king calls, and we get to see it. And that's huge for us. We did not know. We knew something about the other things, but now we get to see that he does, that to give him rope on the rivers. All right. We love this. He's still there. We're not going to bed. All right. We're still on, I think we're on Josh still. Yes. Josh. Let's see if you got a real hand here, because that one, oh, we just folded. All right. He limps the king 4. We perfectly expect that. The ace deuce does an oversized raise. We love that. What do you want to do with 8, 9?
Old.
Good. What do you want to do with king 10 suited here?
No, this. Okay, see the range when they raise a limper, I give them like a range that's more like a low jack range,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a tough. It's do you want to free bet this? I mean, if you, not really. I mean, it wants normally against a button raise, it's a free bet, right? You can just, so if you know that guy is going to be in the pot, like a really weak player, it's okay to call and then keep in the trash, you know?
Yeah. I love the call here for 2 reasons. So if we give this guy more like a low jack range because it was an ISO, the big blind king 10 suited is happy to call and do some bluff raising. But the bluff raises here, this is a bluff when you raise it. The purpose of the bluff raise is to get folds. He's not folding.
Yeah, we don't know that how he reacts to 3 bets yet, I don't think.
Yes, we do. We saw him do it with 7, 9.
Some do what?
He call 7, 9 offsuit against a 3 bet. King
cold
4 is
call.
not folding.
Not even. He didn't even open cold called with 7-9
Okay.
offsuit and
No,
9-6 suited, 9-6 suited and 7-9 offsuit.
Yeah, we saw it. He's not folding, and we're out of position against 2 players, and we lose. The whole point of the 3 bet is the 3 bet bluffs is that they are protected by the aces, so you get folds. He's not folding. Let's see a flop. And I would also hate folding this here, even though it's 5. Let's see a flop. Okay, come on, 5. What would you like to do with the king 10 suited is going to check. He bets. What would you like to do with ace deuce? He bets half pot into two
Yeah,
players.
call. I mean, if an ace hits, you're pretty happy. You got the backdoor flush draw, so I would just call.
Yep. And he just folds.
No.
And we are happy. Yeah, it's.
Yeah, always happy when the fish wins a pot.
I know. I think with the ace deuce here, you call this. You know the next bet's going to be big, but I think you call this.
I
If
would
he'd gone
not. Why
17,
is he?
if he'd gone 17, you fold. I think we can call this as ace deuce. Who wants to fold the ace deuce? Who wants to fold the ace deuce here?
Close, I think.
It's close. Larry's calling. I want to fold to a pot size bet.
Yeah.
I want to call. I definitely want to call a third size bet. So I think I'm.
But this is nuffle, right? I mean, like he's donked. You just
Yeah.
call.
Yeah, I like
Easy call.
here. I like call here. Yep.
Oh,
like
good
call.
point. I didn't realize. Yeah, that is knuckle.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah, that's
totally
not.
knuckle.
Yeah, I like a call there. Okay. Next hand. He limps the queen seven as we expect. 6-7 offsuit. Anybody want to take this with him? Either limping behind or ISOing him with a 6-7. I'll take that as a no, and no is the correct answer. We are here
6-7 is not a good hand, Like if
Oh,
it's
it's
9-10, like 9-10, I would call. I would just call for one big blind. But 6-7 is not that good.
I don't know that I would play 9-10 offsuit on the against him in position on the button. I might. I sort of play 10-9 offsuit, 10 unsuited, because it's going multi-way, and there I am with a 10-9 offsuit multi-way. But whatever. But this one's an easy fold. We all get that. The ace king should absolutely not limp. Please raise, please raise. And how big should he raise? Let's give this to whoever's next on the list. That was Josh. Brian, how big you want to go with ace king here? We lost Brian. Okay. Larry, how big you want to go?
10 big blinds.
Good. 10, maybe 11, but not less. No! What are you doing? All right, not adjusting. Maybe he hasn't been here this long. He's been here for 17 hands. He should know better.
Yo.
Hey, Derek.
Hey.
You're up next on the next hand. All right.
Okay.
And then we'll tell you what you need to know. Because this is we're at a special table. So this is criminal. It's smaller than even standard. This is criminal. King 8 suited facing this. This is Brian's hand. Brian, what do you want to do with King 8 suited facing this?
I want to get into a flop with villain 16 with a suited king.
I agree. I like the call here. If he folds, I don't hate it, but I like a call here. I hate a 3-bet here from him.
3-bet's terrible. I'd like a call or a. Oof, I don't really like a fold either. The fold's not terrible,
It's
but
not terrible. It's 4 big blinds, but I mean,
with a suited king, though, it's like I'd love to see a flop against this guy.
yeah, I agree. All right.
I kind of hate this.
Okay. Here we go. And it was not going to end well for your suited king. So let's see what happens.
Well, I have a backdoor draw. So ace king
That's right out.
c-bet.
What do you
Good.
expect him to do?
I actually like an out of position c-bet against this player. I expect him to either click it or call.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see the click. There's the click.
Yep, he's gonna click it,
Right.
and then ace king, you can. How much does he have behind 128? I just plan. I think that I'm never getting him to fold a queen. I've already decided that. So, I mean, I against a normal player, I would consider calling just with the idea that when I hit, it's not even worth it then because I know I'm going to get them to fold it, so it's not worth floating. But this guy's
No.
never folding a queen, so I think you
Right.
can actually just call here
Yeah.
and try to drill an ace or a king and fold in the turn.
Yeah.
If not,
Let's just lose 2.8, 2 more big blinds.
or you can pick up equity against with a 10 or a jack or
Right.
something.
Yeah, let's
But-
lose these 2.8, 2 big blinds. Of course, you don't have the best hand. That's not the question. He made it that his mistake is that he raises that small. Okay, Derek, it's up to you on the next hand. Here we go.
Okay.
And the only thing you need to know is everything here is about villain 16. Villain 16 has a VPIP of 70, and he, he like open limped a 9-7 offsuit, got a raise and a re-raise, and still called and saw the flop. He's betting
Okay.
pot on the flop with his draws and like that. He's playing every hand. All right. So 10-4, he doesn't play.
Oh, he
Surprise.
folded.
He's
Zone
surprised. All right.
16 folded. What
Yep,
the
he
hell's
did
going
it.
on?
So there we go. The next hand is going to be yours. He's definitely playing. So here you are. You've got ace 6 offsuit in the cutoff. What would you like to do?
Well, I don't even like ace 6. I play ace 3 on the button.
Right. You don't even play
So
ace
this is like
This is a
so
fold.
unless I so but if I want to get hands, if I'm playing to try to get hands with the villain 16,
Mhm.
I might raise to 4.
Right. Yeah.
But
So
like so I'd be out of my book, as chess players would say.
yeah. Yep. So if I raise to 2.5 here, I think it's terrible. If I raise, I've got to go at least to 3.5 or 4. And if I just fold this, I'm fine with it.
Yep.
Yep. We just folded. All right. Next hand is still you. You've got ace jack in the hijack suited. What would you like to do?
Well, suited stuff I don't mind playing multiplayer so much.
Right.
Whereas offsuit stuff I want to just get the hand and
Yep.
make my one pair.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm okay with it playing slow.
Okay. Meaning you're going to open limp?
No.
Good.
I never open limp unless
Good. I was going to mute you on this call. So what size would you like to go?
we're going like 3.
Yeah. And I think we're going to go.
We're playing 5-10. Are we here?
No, we're playing 50. We're playing the $1 game online against a very special friend in
Oh, okay.
a small blind.
Okay, we're making it 3 or 4.
Yeah, I think we're going
Okay.
3.5 or 4.5 even because a hand that we
Yeah.
open, we expect him to call way too wide. Let's punish it. And ace jack suited is good enough for that. So we go
Yeah.
to 3.5 instead of 2.5.
Yeah.
There are by the way, remember, there are still 3 normal players. So, if you want to start opening this to 7 and 8, you're sticking your neck out pretty far with an ace jack suited. So there we go. We of course get a call, in this case from a reasonable hand. And this ace jack in the big blind comes along. 3 bets it. I don't hate his 3 bet at all. What would you like to do with ace jack suited?
Well, we think he's saying it's my turn to play to eat at the trough.
Yes.
Because if he's been paying attention,
Mm-hmm.
then he knows that we're reaching to play with
We're not. We're not.
16?
Look at our VPIP. Look at our VPIP here. We're at 14.
Yeah.
We haven't had the hands to play against him.
Yeah.
So
he's
we are
a
tight.
43. He's a 43-38.
Yeah. 43 VPIP, pre-flop raise of 38. His 3 bet is
EFR
33%.
is like 33.
Yeah.
Oh, we got more than enough to 4-bet here.
Okay.
More than enough to 4-bet. So,
Right.
like, we can 4-bet to 65,
Mm-hmm.
and it basically puts them all in.
Right.
And we'll say to him, you feeling lucky, kid?
Yeah, we can do that.
So 65.
Okay. Now, in this hand, pot, in position with a suited ace, do you want this guy's range in with you or out? You want to make him overpay for what he's got? Remember, we don't know he has 8s. Overpay for what he's got, or do you want to make it easy for him to get out for 65? We saw him call 14 cold, with a shitty hand. We don't know what he would do with 65 yet.
Like the other thing that we could consider is bet enough that player villain 17's 5-bet reopens it. Right?
5 bets. I'm going to fold.
So if we
5 bet pot.
no, but he's a 43. 38, 33, right? So we can comfortably 4-bet villain
Okay.
17,
Okay.
right?
So,
So
Larry,
if we should we leave him enough that his 5-bet allows us to reopen the betting, because villain 16 has 141 and we want all of it, right?
yeah.
That's what I'm thinking right now. I'm thinking
Okay.
I want $141.
Except I don't want $141 going in pre-flop with ace jack suited. If if I get $141 in against this, if I get another 86 in against this guy's range with ace jack suited, I am not happy.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
he's
know
already
how happy I am
flatted.
against this guy.
Who takes a line of flat 5-bet?
No, not him.
No, I mean the 88 is already
Yeah, he's not
88
five betting.
has
He's not
already,
five.
yeah. So if 88 5-bets us,
88's not five betting.
we
It's seven.
4-bet.
It's ace jack.
Yeah, so
It's ace jack
we
that
don't
we
even
don't know.
we don't even think 5-bet is happening from 88.
No, absolutely not.
And villain 17 has a 3-bet of 33. So
Okay.
we're kind of discounting his three.
Okay, good enough. So
Like,
those are good
he's
reasons.
gonna do that a third of the time, so we don't even. I'm not even considering him to be loaded for bear
Okay.
here.
Gotcha. So Larry,
So
I have a question for
I
you.
want to bet enough that if he shoves all in, we can 5-bet.
Okay.
Because I want to get all of 80.
Right.
Villain
So that
16.
size would be
So let's
we've got
try.
he's got 86 left, so we have to bet less than four. We have to
So
raise
subtract
less than
14 from
43.
that.
So we can't go bigger than 67.
So subtract 14 from 86 and divide by 2.
No, because the 14s are it's easier than that. Um when it's our raise on the 43 has to be less than 43. So if we go 57 exactly and he jams, that's the 43 more and we're okay. So we go 40 and we get what you
I
want.
would
We
just
don't
call
go
this.
50.
Yeah,
We don't
yeah.
go
So
50.
let's go 40 here.
Right. Okay. And it's a raise of 40. No, we're not going to 40. We're going to 54. We're raising 40 in addition to using my math.
Yeah, because
But
we want villain 16 to come along for everything.
right. But I have a question to Larry. So Larry, do you want to, assuming that you believe you have a better hand than villain 17 and villain 16, that's what you believe. Do you want villain 16, and you don't have aces, you just have a better hand, you have ace king. Do you want to entice villain 16 into this pot or push him out? Do you want to be against one range or two ranges? Usually you want to be against one. But what do you think about with this particular guy's range? Okay, Larry's not answering. Larry's saying call in position. So there you go. He is not answering the specific question. And by the way, I called Derek. I don't disagree with you, but I called because I wanted this to happen. And I was not as confident that this was going to happen for 50 big blinds.
Can you
So
get-
my raise-
Yeah,
my
I
raise
don't
was gonna
I
do
don't
50
hate
55.
I don't hate the
But you're going to hate what happens.
Did you ask me a question? And then
Yes, I did.
I
I asked
so
you a
what was
question. So,
can I see the pre-flop action, please?
yep, absolutely. So we opened to 3.5. We get the expected call from our friend.
Yeah.
Then we get the unexpected 3-bet from the ace jack. And
Squeeze, yeah.
the question is, do you want to fold, call, or raise?
Yeah, that's a tough spot with this combo.
Yeah, with this exact combo.
I think this combo with this guy, we just call.
Okay. Yep.
There's combos that I think we want to isolate.
Right.
It's a
Now
tough
let me
one.
give you a different hand here. Let me give you ace king suited. So you are confident that you have the best ace against this guy. You don't, he can have aces or kings, he can have queens in your flipping, but you are never dominated in your ace by his, except his aces and kings, which he doesn't have a lot of. Do you want to play this do you want to go to about 50, making it possible for this guy to play correctly? Or do you want to keep him in and you have ace king? You do not have a made hand.
I would re-raise with ace king.
Okay. All right, good enough. So we do this, and then I remember this hand. I think I'm almost positive of what happens here. That. He bets pot. And this is pot, by the way. This is not mess and pot.
Rake removed.
With the rake removed, he bets pot. And that guy folds.
Wow. Whose hand is this?
This is Derek's hand. So Derek, you didn't get to play it the way you wanted to. You played it as a call, and then this happened. What do you want to do?
Well, I'm cheating and looking and seeing.
Don't cheat.
So this guy, like, I guess the thing is, we've got our some fold equity.
No, you don't.
Do we have fold equity with this guy?
No,
Have we seen him lay down anything?
no.
No.
Then we're just running it, right?
Well,
We're running our
the
gut shot.
pot's the size of his
Why
stack.
the fuck would we run our gut shot here?
Well,
Gut
because
shot is
because we
over.
because we
We've
don't
got
we're
4
not
outs.
surprised to have a gut shot and an over. We would not be surprised for our ace to be good here. We wouldn't be surprised that we're up against queen 10 here, and we wouldn't be surprised that we're up against 9-8 of spades here. But we also wouldn't be surprised that we're up against king 4 of spades.
His
So-
pot
Three
size
clean
bets
outs.
have been trash, I think. So I don't know.
Well, looking at it with 2 overs, possibly
1
some
over.
fold equity, and
1
a
over.
gut
You should
shot.
not expect to have 2 over. You should not expect to have 2 overs here. You should not expect
Yeah, I
him to
don't think,
wings with
like,
pocket eights.
I would expect that I just have 1 over and
Yep.
4 outs to
Yep.
a gut shot.
Yep, that's what you expect. You think you have
So
7
that
outs
gives
here.
me 7 outs.
And you need 33 to call.
Worse than that. You need
Yeah, but you don't know if an ace is
You
even
need,
good. Right?
well, that's assuming you get all the way to the river.
you don't know you're not getting to the river. You're getting 1 card, so this is 30, your odds, your odds of 28% ish are to get, if it's 2 cards. If he was all in now, he's not. What do you want to do, Derek?
Well, I think normally I just fold to these donks, or I shove it in.
Yep, I
Like
agonize.
shoving,
folded.
like shoving it in is fine.
Yeah.
But
I think against this guy,
I
shoving it in
think
is a
that
bad idea.
you can safely fold here.
Now, would he have folded pocket 8s in this situation to a shove? We don't know. But he wasn't going to fold king. He wasn't going to fold a king. He wasn't going to fold a queen.
Well, let's say there's 10% chance of him folding. Then that just about makes a shove good, right?
No. No. What is his bet? Go back. What's his bet?
Because you can't count the 33 anymore. So let me help you with do this, which is, if he folds this 10% of the time, and then we get there with our 10, we get the straight 11% of the time by the river. Okay, that's 21%. But we're not trying to. But the pot odds that we're being offered when we shove are not this 33%. You're not trying to reach 33%. You've got to reach the full amount, the full 160.
You need
I need to win 60% of the time here.
well, I mean, you just need him to, if you think he's going to fold here, you need him to think he's going to fold like 28% of the time or something, I think.
Yeah. I didn't do the math exactly, adding it in, but it's not the 39. It's the 140, 130. Sorry, the 130. That's what you're playing for. All right. Anyway, we folded. And Derek, do you see the math of that? Do you see why 10% folds are not enough?
Yeah, but
Okay, good.
I think we're going to get more than 10% folds. Like if we shoved it in here,
Okay.
and if he had to call his remaining $171,
Well,
You may be
Right.
right. But
then we're going to get like 80% folds, I guess.
so how often does he do this with a king?
yeah, I was going to say, what if he has a king here? Do you think he's ever folding a king?
Yeah.
And it's a bad king. It's king 4. I will tell you right now, this guy's never folding king 4. I believe, from what we've seen.
I am very on the team of making people fold decent hands, but not this guy. I'm not making him fold shit. My only plan is to outhand him.
Right. So
Yeah,
we outhanded him.
I'm going to agree with Brian. if
Yep.
if I know what he has, then it's an
You
easy
don't.
shot,
All right.
right?
Larry, you're up.
All right.
So this is really, really bad. There's no hand that this is good for at this table. And here we are with a terrible hand. What do you want to do?
Well, I don't think there's any way we should play this game.
Right, we don't. Okay. And then it gets played out like this. Check.
I
Bets
think
pot.
this is a amazingly good. Well, he doesn't have a fold button, but I would still check raise his hands.
Okay. I expect this guy to just call.
Look at
Nope,
that
goes to the
VPIP
check raise. Let's see what he does to a check raise with nothing.
when he has air.
Okay. So, Derek, you still want to try to bluff him off his eights?
But he's got a queen high. Come on.
As I said, you still want to try to bluff him off his eights?
He's a
No,
backdoor
no,
straight.
Right.
no.
All right, here
Like
we go.
given this information,
Bank.
I'm gonna revise my
All right.
bluff attempt.
Okay, let's see what the king nine does. Actually, yeah, Larry, you wanted to check raise, so you're playing it. Good. So you check raised, and that's not a stupid size.
It's
What
a
size
too
did you want to
s-
check raise to? What size did you want to check raise to?
I think I'd go to 15, 16.
Okay, so we're in the same ballpark. So he calls. What do you want to do on the turn?
75% is balance.
Okay.
25. I bet about 25 big blinds here.
Okay. He does this. He does a comparable thing. And now he's got to fold, right? He's got to. He's got to, right?
He's not gonna doesn't want to lose his spot.
Exactly.
So now we've gotten ourselves into a mess, but we cannot fold this hand.
Not for right, because he clicks it. He clicks it.
Yeah, we're getting direct odds.
Right. We're getting direct odds. And we shouldn't be afraid that our king might be good. We don't think we're good here. But if we hit a king on the river, we don't have to think that this is a set or already.
Yeah.
So we call. We get there. What do you want to do?
I am not dunking against this guy.
He donks.
I wouldn't dunk against this. He might call. I don't think I'd dunk against this. I mean, I understand why he is.
Yeah.
Because this guy
Because he thinks the guy has a jack or a set, right?
yeah, I think he's
Right.
got top of the range.
Now, Derek, I just want to point out something. You wanted to bluff him off. You wanted to bluff him off his eights, right?
Yes,
That's what you
I
wanted?
admit I am wrong.
I
admit I'm wrong.
Enjoy yourself. Knock yourself out. Hit a jack, an ace, or a 10. I think that's your plan. All right, here we go. All right.
What did
Mike
he
is
do? You
next.
fold?
No,
Nope.
he called.
The guy
He
called.
probably snapped it off too.
He called.
Call.
Yeah, he called. And we
He
were
probably didn't tank one bet.
we were so unhappy. Oh, there's only $71 left. Where there's $100 missing that should be over here before the end of the night. What's it doing over here?
These
That's
guys
not-
are giving it away too. They're giving it to him though as well.
I know, but also
Brian, that's something you do a lot, right? You donk when your draw
I-
gets there.
Well,
Oh yeah, I mean like very often.
that means like as soon as the donk alert goes out, there's a clock starting
There's-
because in a few hours all that money is gone. So
not
Well,
this.
like,
guy's donk,
that's
though.
why
I
you
don't
want to
think this
get
guy-
out of your way to play against the donkeys, right?
But
But
I don't-
Josh, if you no, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, finish, Scotty.
Like I almost never donk. Like even if I get there, I
Yeah.
just don't.
But how
because-
often do you get checked back to then whenever you get there?
Yeah, a
Beca-
lot. Yeah, a lot.
Yeah,
You know.
but so a lot of the time they have a hand that will call a bet, but a hand that won't bet because they like the normal fish thing is they don't bet thinly enough. So,
Right.
against a good player, there's certain times where I'm like, this guy has bluffs in his range, and this guy has, and he will bet thinly enough. So I'm gonna check to him because I want him to put in money with his bluffs, and I want him to put in money with his value. But against most fish, when the obvious draw completes, they'll call a bet, but they won't fucking fold. They won't fucking bet themselves. They'll check back so often.
And they under bluff and they under three barrel.
Yeah, they don't triple barrel
And-
bluff, so they don't have like they're not triple barreling, so you're not getting money from their bluffs. They're not going to bet thinly enough, so you're not getting money from their hands that will call a bet. And when they fold, it's usually they just were doubling off with something with a draw that they missed, and they just fold.
And then you also get to put, and then if you find them folding to your dong slot, you get to put the bluffs in. So
Yeah.
when you have 4-5 here of spades, where you picked up where you didn't pick up equity, you were open ended and you were doing this line. When the diamond comes, you can decide that you have diamonds when you have a straight, and when the straight comes and you have diamonds, you can decide you were on a straight draw, so you can find your bluffs there. All right, here we go.
Yeah, you can do some weird shit against
Yeah.
people that play poorly. And
Yeah,
it
all
may
right.
look like you're doing like fishy plays, but if
Right.
it fucking works, who cares?
All right, here we go. He limps range. This is another chance to play against him. 6-4 off suit.
Ugh.
Larry.
Is my hand?
Yeah.
So yeah, you just gotta chuck it.
No, not check it. I have to complete.
Muck it.
I'm in a small blind. Oh, muck it, chuck it. Oh, chuck it. Yeah, I do. I considered not doing it, but I wasn't going to make it to the river.
I think going really far down in range because you want to play with the fish. It's a little bit of a trap, especially
Yeah.
maybe in position. You can make an argument, but not where you are.
Yeah, Mike is, but Mike is completing there. Mike's completing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
It can make a
Well,
straight.
I think it's not as good out of position.
It's not. It's half a big blind though. That's the beautiful thing about it.
This is a
And
tap.
you're not playing it for top pair. You're not playing it for. It's purely
2
implied.
pair plus. It's 2 pair plus.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yep. It's 2 pair plus for a half a big blind. All right. So
Then
maybe
you're
I
not going to realize much.
right. But I was going to lose the hand, because we were going to flop the 6. We were going to check. He was going to bet 1 big blind. I might have called the 1 big blind, but on the turn I was going to give up and he was going to keep going. So there you go. All right. He folds a queen 3. Surprising. Ace-9 raises, and now these guys just play it out. He folds like a normal person. That hand goes normal. Next hand. All right. I'm in. We're being a hand. All right. So Larry, since you didn't get to play this last hand, what size do you want to open to?
5.
I'm a fish. And then we get called. All of a sudden, we go, what?
I like the 4.5 bet size actually.
Yeah. And he
Like,
folds.
there's no need to.
And he folds.
And I'm just going, what the hell has happened? What
He's
is
looking
going
at your
on?
16 VPIP.
I know. How does he's paying attention to me? Jesus. All right. What would you like to do? A normal hand.
Okay, so we can check or bet here. I think I prefer check in this position.
Okay. Check with the intent of check raising, depending on size, or
Yeah,
check with the intent of check
it's
calling.
definitely in there, but
Okay.
I think mostly it's
check.
just gonna be a check call.
He bets.
What's his stacked up? 192.
192. We got 156.
Yeah, our overpairs are worth less at the stacked depth. I think I prefer a call on this board.
Okay. I'm almost positive I check raise. I do.
All right.
And he calls.
Yeah, now you're kind of in no man's land.
Mm.
But let's see what our turn is. Maybe it's a jack.
So 6.
Okay. So if we're going to take this line, now we're trying to get value from 8s, 9s, 10s.
7, 6, 7, 5, 6, 5,
7, 8,
7, 8,
ace 7.
Ace 7.
Those are the ones.
Ace 5.
And pocket 5s. We didn't even mention pocket 5s.
Yeah,
Ace 3.
Right.
I
He
think it
doesn't
kind
have
of falls
pocket
into
fives.
like 6,
Never.
5.
So Crash
Yeah,
says
he
we gotta
never
be-
has pocket 5s here.
Right. But here's the important thing, Crash. Crash says we got to be worried about a draw. You're talking about a draw completing, right? Crash, turn on your mic.
What's the
Um,
only draw
No,
that
I was
completes here
thinking
is
I wasn't
8-5,
thinking he had a
yeah,
draw at
5-3.
first, but now
right,
with the 6, I am kind of like, well, I don't know. Does he have 8-9 like suited or something? I don't know.
right.
With
When you
the
when you say that,
yeah,
okay. So to clarify, we're not worried about a draw. We now think he might have one, and it's going to pay,
yes.
and we want to
What
make
do we
bets.
think?
But we
Yeah, what do
don't
we
think he
think
has a
the
straight yet,
largest
right?
portion is?
I didn't think he had a straight, but now that the 6 is there,
Good,
I thought he has a straight draw potentially.
excellent. Right. So that means we can
Perfect.
bet. So what does that mean? Do you want to bet bigger, smaller, or check because he might have a straight draw now?
I
There's
think
a question
bigger,
for you.
right?
Yeah,
Get him
yeah,
off that.
yeah,
Yeah, get him off a straight draw.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's not big
Mhm.
enough. That's
No,
not
that
big enough.
sucks, Scotty.
That
That's
is not big
terrible.
enough. You're gonna hate the river, by the way, Brian. You're gonna hate the river.
Well, like when you're
10.
sitting here, it's like, what does he continue with here? Yeah, you get fucking smoked by 4 sometimes. Who gives a shit?
This is.
He has tons of inelastic hands here, especially on
I
the 6 on
know.
the turn. He has so
I
many
know.
inelastic hands here.
I know. I
Like
should be going.
you
I should be
should just
going.
be going
30.
45. Like
Yes, I should totally be betting bigger. This is so bad. This is so
now,
bad.
his specific hand probably doesn't call. I mean, he's open ended with a pair, so maybe he calls. But
I think he
I
in
calls.
mean,
general,
open ended
he's
with a
got.
pair. I think you got to call something small,
I think
right?
he
I
calls
mean,
No,
40. I think.
I'm talking about going like 40 though. I'm saying
I
betting
oh,
agree.
big
right,
here,
right.
No,
betting big here.
I agree. I agree.
Because like
Crap.
he has a ton of hands like 7-8 too. It's definitely not folding. Pocket
Yeah.
eights, nines, tens.
Yeah.
Like those hands are not
Eight,
folding.
9. Yeah, 8,
Yeah,
9 is what, yeah.
Yep.
exactly.
Exactly. Exactly. So with that in mind, I want to go back one thing, Crash. So you said bet big, and I agree with you, and I don't like what I did. When you say big, what number did you have in mind? What does big mean to you?
All right. I don't. So I'm not. That's probably my worst. Not my strong suit is betting sizes and how much I'm
Okay.
supposed to bet in certain spots. But I mean, probably like either 3/4 pot or pot, maybe.
Okay. Gotcha. So the instinct of three-quarter pot is okay, and the instinct of pot is better. And
Okay.
then you
Yeah.
should and then you should even consider based on these reasons over pot. Now,
Over pot.
70
Okay. Yeah.
70 is too big.
40 is a nice size though. I like 40 a
40 is a
lot.
nice size. 40, 45, those are good numbers. I don't like my bet size at all.
I think you got to go at least 30 here.
I
I think
totally.
So
missing
what
money
you went
between
half
30 and
pot in
45.
that? Is that about half
I'm gonna
pot?
have.
Yeah.
Mike, Mike,
I
you're
don't
saying
know.
you're not sure about huge. I agree with you. So I think 2x pot is too much. But do you think pot is too big? Is pot huge to you?
I think 2x is fine.
Yeah. Hold on.
I don't know,
Let me
man.
go to you
I
for a second. I
think
want to go to Mike.
are
Who
we
just
talking about like in theory, or are we talking about because we're trying to exploit this guy? Like I just don't think that a big bet is appropriate on
We're
this
trying to
board, the
exploit him.
Yeah,
position.
hold on. Finish your point, Mike.
Yeah, and I'm trying to kind of articulate why I don't think we should be going pot. I think it should be somewhere in the range of half to B75. And I'm also do we ever go for like a second check raise type of line? Yeah,
Well,
I'm just not sure if that big is the way to go in theory here,
actually,
unless we're really
that's
trying to
actually
exploit
Do
somebody.
not love a second
that's
check raise.
really interesting. His second check raise. I don't like it because I don't think he's going to bet often enough here when we check to him.
And when
Like, do you
he
think?
called, oh, sorry,
Well,
go
see,
on.
that's what I mean. I thought that he would. I thought he would bet hands that we would, kind of have dominated more often.
Well, the problem is, like, do you think he's going to bet a hand like 7-8 after you check raise him on the flop? Like, maybe he might bet it. I kind of agree with you that he might actually bet a hand like 7x because of fear of overcards. That could be a reason. I think that he's not
And
going
therefore
to. I
pocket
think
eights
that
also, therefore also pocket eights. Pocket eights is the same.
yeah, pocket eights, pocket nines. Oh, that's just the same.
No, eights
I
has
th
eights has a straight draw. Nines doesn't.
Yeah, but so yeah, like I kind of maybe he bets. I just think when you check raise, you kind of really kill a lot of their betting action. And when he does, I think when he continues, then when like you check to him and he bets again, I think that you are not in good shape a lot of the time.
Yeah,
Like
that was the thing about your check raise. Exactly.
like I
Is
think that when you
when he
check raise there,
calls,
you're probably not doing
you're
well.
fucked. Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't think you're in a good spot.
So he's gonna fold. So he's gonna fold a lot of those hands to a check raise. Given the size that it's gonna
Which
be.
hands does he fold?
So what size do we expect? So we check. We expect him to do. Let's give him the most obvious bet size,
Half pot.
17, half
Yeah.
pot. We're going to check raise him not to 34, are we? What size are you going to check raise him to? He bets 17. Pot is 52.
Yeah, I don't think check raise is great either.
Yeah.
Well,
Because
I
our check raise
understand
is
what you're
all in,
saying
right?
is that this board doesn't lend
Yeah,
to
because
us
we
going.
don't want to check jam because then you're getting the folds.
Yeah,
Right.
I understand what you're saying, though, that like in theory this board does not lend to like a overbet here, likely, especially on six here, which gives him all of the nutted hands most of the time, and we're usually don't have a range advantage here. But in theory, he shouldn't really be calling here. So how balanced is he in the first place? And he has, like, I would just say that we're good enough to get away from it when we need to. So let's extract max value from hands like 7, 8, 6, 7, 6, 5. Apparently pocket fives and pocket eights and pocket nines that are all very much there.
And
Well,
when we
wait, so
bet,
you're saying value bet? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, we're not
Yeah.
bluffing.
Yes, I'm not
Yeah,
bluffing when I
Well,
over.
yeah, but I
value.
think we want to. I don't think we want to. I guess when I say value bet, I'm thinking of more like like a third to a half size instead
Oh,
of a three. Yeah,
I'm
I guess that's
I'm
what I was
doing it
thinking
based
about.
off of that he has in a lot of inelastic hands here that we are ahead of. Let's make them pay a lot of money right now.
But we don't want it. We don't want him to get there either, though.
Yeah,
So
no
that's
shit. We
what.
don't, but we want him to pay to get there. We want him to put
Right.
the most money in now before his hand is downgraded or before he misses his draw and we can't get paid anymore.
If we knew that he had
Yeah.
pocket
Oh,
deuces
okay.
here,
Yeah, that part makes sense. Yeah.
if we knew he had pocket deuces, we would be betting very small here. A
Yeah.
hand that's only going to call a small bet. If we knew that he had um, 8, 9, we would want to bet bigger to make because we expect him to call a bigger bet.
Say,
That
let's
he,
make it unprofitable for him to call at the
yeah,
minimum. Like we should be
right,
making it unprofitable for him to call at the minimum so he doesn't get to play perfectly against us.
yeah. Because if we bet one big blind and he calls with 8, 9, he has not made a mistake. Now I want to go back and one thing, Crash, to correct one piece of terminology so you have this in your head. Whenever you hear somebody talking about value betting, they don't mean that it's small or large. Value bet is when you bet, they almost always should fall into one of two categories. A value bet, which is when I get called, I think I have the best hand a lot. So I'm
So to
betting for value.
extract value.
When I
Yeah.
bet, yeah, when I bet, I want you to call. And the
I
other
was just say,
reason we bet is we bluff. I want you to fold. Okay. The term you were looking for was block bet.
Okay.
Block bet
Okay.
is
Gotcha.
yeah.
Well,
So
what?
just
Yeah.
so you
Can
get
you
an
explain it? Actually, block bet is what? What's the exact
A
terminal
block
or
bet, a
definition?
block bet is a small bet. It is a value bet technically, but it is a
when you get
bet.
called, you're probably good.
Yeah, but it's also a bet that is trying to block him from betting larger.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you are
Yes,
setting
that's what.
you're
Yeah.
setting a price, something like that. So that was the thing to think about. So value bet just means do we think so if we bet an 8, 9 here, or we bet a 5, 5 here, we don't think it's the best hand. We're just trying to get a better hand to fold.
I I guess when I think value bet is I'm thinking of something that I want to call. And I mean you are winning here, so you
Yes.
technically want him to call,
You
but my thought process is I would want to bet in this hand to get him out of there, like because it's the draws that I'm putting him on. So
you
I
I
don't
just
even
want
want to see
him
the last card, I guess, is what I
you
was
just want him
thinking.
to make mistakes. Like I want to filter him into a line where he is making a mistake by what he's doing. Now I'm gonna say in general, most players are calling too much withdrawals. So when they're calling too much withdrawals, let's not make it profitable for them to call. Let's
Yeah,
make it so they
okay.
put in a ton of money
That
before
makes
their
a lot
draw
of
gets
sense.
there,
Yeah.
and now they're playing unprofitably against you,
Yeah, and
which
at the
makes
very
you much
least, if
more
he catches
profitable.
one, he catches it, but at least you're getting him to dunk his money or punt his money
Yes,
into the pot a lot
exactly.
of
Yes.
times.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he's got 6 outs here. He has the equivalent of ace king on this board, except that when he hits one, when he hits one of his outs, when he hits his 5,
He's probably not getting paid.
he's not going to get paid more. So it's clearer when he has it. But in terms of hands that win, he has 6 outs.
I
Now,
mean, even when he hits a five, even when he hits a eight here or a three here, you're probably not paying him.
mhm, yeah, I might
So
bet if he raises, I fold. I might
yeah,
check
you would
and
block bet.
evaluate his size. Right. But Mike,
Maybe.
so now with this in mind, when we take away, I'm sorry, Brian, you were gonna say something more.
No. So you might just block bet the river
Yeah,
then when a
exactly.
eight,
Right.
five, or three
Yeah.
comes.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So now, Mike, now that you've taken check raise off the table for you, and you were saying you don't want to bet huge, and I didn't want to bet 2x pot. What's the size that is what's the size you don't want to bet, and tell me why?
Anything more than Pot, I think, is too big.
Okay. Okay. Good. And so that's clear.
Ace
And why?
75 would be probably the size I'd go with here.
Mhm.
You know, and also online, I think that Mike. I think Mike is right here, though, that in this game that you're playing, it is better to be going 28 here than it is to be going 35 or 40 because you're still making it unprofitable, but you're still probably going to get more calls where people just seem to be more elastic in these games than they are in my game. So like in my game, I'm just over betting this all the time because they're just not folding their open-ended draw. So let's make them pile now.
Right.
I might have ace 5 here. I'm trying to think of my bluffs too.
I'd
right?
like to see
I
this in
have
the
ace 5. I
solver.
might have a couple of over. What would be my other bluffs? 8, 9, ace 5.
Yep. We'll do that.
I would
We'll do that.
deviate entirely with ace 5 here. I would not do the same thing.
I think
This is
I
where I'd
think you
separate
guys
value
are
and bluffs.
I think you guys are approaching this hand way too aggressively for the texture.
Okay. You think he's got sets and you don't think he's got a straight here, right?
I think we have range advantage, but we do not have nut advantage.
Bingo. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we'll look at this in the solver. I think I remember the hand and here's what I think is bad about my thought process in the hand. So, I was not confident that he didn't have queens here. And I was playing, so I'm playing sort of a guessing game between queens, tens, nines. I'm really putting him on a lot of pocket eights, pocket nines, pocket tens here. That makes sense. But if that makes sense, he has a little bit of sets that haven't raised yet. And I'm just trying not to put in such a big bet that when that I've committed more because I'm gonna have to fold to his raise. So that's where my bet is. My bet is sort of blocky, and I think it's because I didn't have confidence or clarity that my hand was the best, and so I'm sort of doing that
Yep.
bad bet for information thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so this goes back to flop, right? So I think
Yeah.
what you just said
We
is
gotta own
important. We don't
ourselves.
have confidence or clarity. We have the best
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah.
We did clarify his range somewhat, filter his range. I think that going back, I don't think check raise here is the best.
I
On the
agree.
flop?
I wouldn't have check raised the flop. I agree with Larry here. I
Okay.
would have gone
Good.
bet here. I wouldn't have done that. But I think when you do take this line, I think you're
All
fine
right.
to
Well, that's
go
a
for it.
dream flop, but
That's a
you
dream
know,
river, and this is what you're
sorry,
gonna hate.
river, and I
Yeah,
don't
you're
know
absolutely
really
gonna
what
you're gonna hate what I do. But before I do it, whose hand was this? Was this
You're gonna check.
I
This is
know.
my hand.
This was Larry's hand. All right. What do you want to do on the river? Having check raised, bet small on the turn. What do you want to do now?
I want to check call.
Yay! I don't, but I did. Oh no! Oh no! I don't hate my bet. Oh, I hated myself for a minute. No, he folds. I thought it went check check. No, he just folds. He figures it out.
See,
Okay.
this is at the minimum where you could have gotten the money on the turn that you're not getting on the river now.
Yeah, because
We just don't have a lot of
yeah.
out
All
of
right, let's-
position this deep. This
Okay.
hand is worth less than I think what you guys think it is.
Gotcha.
But that's
Yeah,
that's why I like to
think
just go bet with it instead of check raising it. But I think when we check raise it, I don't have a problem with playing it the way he did. I mean, this guy's
Either.
already making a massive mistake by calling because
Mhm.
like let's say that his thought process was I'm calling to set mine here and now I'm calling a check raise on the flop. Like, and now I'm calling another bet on the turn. Like he's already making mistakes because he's very likely
Do
playing
you want
this
to
to
make
set
it
mine.
8 max because
I
there's
have
gonna
to
be
make
more
it 8 max.
flats?
Yeah, I'm gonna make it 8 max, or I can burn it in the wizard because the wizard now has calls. But let me do
Well,
these
it
games.
also only has single sizing too.
Yeah,
so,
let me do it. Yeah, let me do it.
Yeah,
in
I'd
the,
make it 8 max.
yeah,
get
let me
more
do the 8 max.
flats.
That's what I'm gonna do. And then Derek, you actually liked you liked the 2x pot on the flop. Talk to me about
I think that's a
what you
little
like.
crazy.
Right.
I
And,
don't know if you're gonna get post
we're-
flop with 200 bigs.
And we aren't. We're gonna have to go 100 bigs. But we're also deeper.
Yeah,
So yeah,
there
post flop.
isn't your bet size isn't terrible on the
Yes, I'm here.
turn.
Hello.
So Derek, you want to
Yep.
talk to me about what you like about the 2x pot
Oh,
on the turn. You said you were the only person who said no. I like 2x pot. So
I think 2x is okay.
okay, tell me why. Tell me what you like. Tell me what's good about it.
Well, what are the stack sizes again? Let's look at the stack size.
We are on the flop. Okay, so we go for the flop. We're on the turn. 35 in there, and we've got 4 SPR.
So I'm thinking if we make it 70, then that leaves another 70 behind.
Mm-hmm. And you're just
So-
getting him to commit with it. You're just getting him, trying to get him to commit with eights, nines, and tens, and ace seven, and massively overpay if he has ace
It's
five.
about as good a flop and turn as we could expect for jacks, right?
Thank you.
No queens.
Yeah.
Can we,
You know,
can you
so-
consider making this, cutoff versus button? It's gonna be a wider range, and I think it'll resemble more what you're gonna see in game.
Okay,
Okay.
we'll do it next. I'm here, so we'll run it this way, and then we'll do cutoff button.
All right, sure.
Okay, absolutely. So we on the 744 in GTO world get to check range.
No, we don't. No, this is the right choice.
We get to check range. His bet size was, he bet a third of the pot. So in this world, he bet, let's see, what's the pot size here? Pot is 7, so he
The
bets
2.2.
2.2. Great. And we, with pocket jacks,
Probably check raise
jump in there,
sometimes.
and we do some check raising. And surprisingly, we see this weird reverse linear thing of aces do it the least, but kings do it more than queens, more than jacks. So it is not reverse linear. It's just the aces. So it's linear and the aces, because apparently he has more queens than I thought he did. But when we check raise, our size is whatever the hell you want. So we can go 14, we can go 8. We did a version that's much closer to 14 than 8.
Is that sim 100 big blinds?
It's the 100 big
It's 100 big blinds, but the
Yeah, so
pot is,
that would change some of
but
the
our pot is
sizing.
bigger. But our pot is bigger because I opened bigger.
Yeah, I'm just saying that probably changes some of the sizing that it gives you, but yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's what we got because we don't have a 200 big blind post flop.
If you
I'm
went
gonna
to
do the
14,
I'm going to go
I
to the
think he
14.
probably, does he call mixes across all combos? Whatever. It doesn't matter what.
He folds one particular suited combo that we're not going to discuss.
Yeah, it's not necessary to go into
We're
that.
not
So
going to do that today.
he's got some fives that get here, which is
Yeah, the
important.
6 it brings in no backdoors. So it is the 6 of non-backdoor.
Yeah. So this is where we check. We're not.
Yeah.
I didn't think this hand allowed us to continue this blind aggression. And
Mm.
I think that this check is amplified at the stack depth.
Right.
At your stack depth in game.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Good
I'm
GTO
gonna-
observation. But look at that. But queens is good enough. It's that.
Queens
our
are
divided.
That
good
makes me,
enough, jacks aren't.
yeah. So that
Because
would
of
mean
what
that if
he
you
said,
can put,
Scotty, you weren't confident he doesn't have queens here. In this sim, I guarantee you he has queens.
He does. He
well,
does.
how often is the field calling with queens on the button from a cutoff open?
Now, so there you go. That's
And
this
how
is
long
fun.
do I have
He has
to wait
tens
for
and-
someone to make a joke about no one knows how to play jacks? So I'm getting impatient. I would like
Yes.
that joke pretty soon, please.
Yes, it's coming.
Well,
All right.
Scotty played him okay.
Okay, there we go. Now let's do so this is a check on the turn. And when we check the turn, let's give him his most common bet and see, do we check raise now? I don't think so. So it's 35 in the pot. He's gonna go, let's give him the most check raised one. He bets 8. Now we check raise. Sometimes. So there you go,
Double
Mike,
check raise.
with the small thing. Now let's give him a slightly bigger one, and I think those check raises just go away. And I don't think he does that anyway. No, we still check raise. And we call. Yeah.
But
okay.
again, this is at 100 big blinds, not 200 big
Exactly.
blinds.
So the one lesson I'm taking from this is this is a hard hand to play. There are a
Wait,
lot-
is it saying that check raise the flop? Is that what you're saying right now?
when we check raise the flop, we do a lot of
well-
checking on the turn.
Why?
And
Well, so
and we check
my
raise
question
again.
actually is, I'm sorry if you went over this already. Why are you not betting the flop?
Because they have the range. They have the
Not advantage.
not the
Yeah.
range advantage, and we're out of position.
So, I mean, the way to think about you, that's a very common question, and it seems
Well, like, I'd
very
definitely be
obvious that
betting
you
that
would bet
flop.
this hand. But the two things to think about as to why the solver takes a more passive role here is the stack depth and the positional advantage. You don't necessarily want to bloat a pot out of position at this SPR with overpairs.
Okay.
Okay. And now
But
But
you
then
don't
that
want to
changes
because you
on the
don't really
yeah.
have clarity as to what you're not going to act last, and you don't have clarity as to where you are.
Gotcha.
Right. And
Okay,
now
so in position, it's a raise though. Always,
I
probably,
think in
right?
position you're going to bet a lot more with this hand.
Or
Yeah.
bet, yeah, bet,
Yeah.
yeah.
So here we
Okay.
go. He calls us. We get the fold. The board is the 4-4-7 of rainbow. And there we go. Once again, the cutoff for the cutoff checks range here. When the button does his small bet, in this situation, the jacks do much more check raising with a slightly wider range.
Yeah,
This,
that makes
this is
sense.
this is your exercise, Larry. Here.
Yeah.
And now let's see how reverse linear it is. The aces, do we get a, oh, I know how we do this. We go strategy plus action. No, we can't see. I want to see how the full range of aces play, and I can't. Right. I just have to add it together. So let's just look at it. So the aces look like that. The kings are betting more than the aces. The queens are betting more than the kings, and the jacks are betting a little less than the queens. There we go. So, and then it goes down. The jacks, the tens, and then the nines. We're getting as he has more and more over pairs that beat us. So it's not reverse linear. It's a little hill. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I want to give a speech to Crash, and anybody who wants to give the speech can give it instead of me. We've done it, which is it's the speech about why when you bet out, when you bet and you get called in position, and you bet out, you win a bunch of hands that you don't deserve because he folds. When both of you miss, and that happens a lot, you get them. And when you check, sometimes he bets and you lose them. So why are we not betting a whole lot from out of position? And I want you to do it in a terms not about nut advantage and range advantage because that's a next step in the advance. I'm talking
Because we
about
don't have as much
Okay, hold
information.
on. Let me. So
yeah,
I'm trying to process this for a minute.
because this is the first lesson to go from being an okay player to a good player.
Sure.
And I wish I knew it.
I think it's. I'm having trouble really quantifying it, but it's mostly because of the position. We're just out of position, so that ends up
The
screwing us.
information disadvantage. We don't have as much information as they have.
Is that it? It's just we're out of position. So out of position, we need to play a little bit differently than we would.
Checking
Okay.
super powerful because you get to see what they do.
Right.
That's what makes checking very powerful.
Yep. And when you have a check
I
raise
was
strategy,
also thinking
they have no information.
Sorry, I was also thinking. I mean, the check actually, I feel like can make you less polarized sometimes as well when you have a strong overpair like that on that type of board. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're completely unpolarized here. You have every hand. So you'll notice that in this strategy, we give him no information. When he goes to the button, plays,
gotcha.
he can't say, well, he checked, therefore he doesn't have aces. No. He checked, therefore he doesn't have a 4. No. He can't.
Yeah.
He has no conclusion.
Yeah, he has no read. Yeah.
So we have now. So now he is playing out of position, except that he has the ability to check behind and get another card. We've given him that ability.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So let's say, what if the board was a little more in his range? Like, what if we think, I don't know, maybe a 10 high board is still the same thing? Like where
there are a lot of times that we don't check range out of position. You're going to see it. There are a lot of times we bet where we bet half the time and things like that. It's this particular board.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah.
You look at his calling range that he started with, and he is dense in the pairs. You look at our opening range, and we have lots of unpaired hands. I have all kinds of stuff that misses this board. Yes, some that misses this board, but we have more.
Yeah, it's like what Dean was saying. What nuts does he have that we don't? It's not that. It's just that his range has more. His range is a higher percentage of those nutted hands than ours is.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
we're kind of giving him we're taking the positional advantage by checking and giving him an opportunity to give us more information.
Well, there was a hand I played earlier where I said when it checks through, I'm probably good, but when it doesn't, I now have the opportunity to check raise bluff here. And that's like you're giving yourself in position, kind of. Like I check here, when it checks through, I'm probably good. But if it doesn't check through, I can turn this into a bluff.
But if it is something that where we think that we have him beat like a different board and we're out of position or we're first to act or whatever, but we are putting him on, like if we're targeting his range, there's probably a lot of times that, yeah, like I said, like a 10, maybe we think and a 10's in his range. We probably want to bet that, right? And get him
You'll
to
see-
start bloating
Yeah.
the pot
Well,
up.
Yep. Well, you're going to see that. You're going to see that in some of the other flops.
Okay.
But the one thing you
Yeah.
said that's a little that clarify when you say when we think we're ahead. No, it's not about our individual hand in this part of the strategy. This part of the strategy in GTO, it's range versus range is what you're seeing in the solver. So at this moment, we know that we have the best hand when we have pocket fours. We are confident we have the best hand when we have ace four. It's that how often we are this in our range that this becomes an unexploitable thing to do. Remember, the solver's not trying to maximize its money, it's trying to not be exploitable. Now, here's another way to think about this. When you are out of position and both of you miss and you bet large, if you do that, he's going to fold a ton of the time. And when you both have air, you win that pot and it feels great. And early on in your poker career, you're going to do a lot of this. And you're going to hear about this checking out of position and you're going to check and he's going to bet and you're going to be a lot of the time you miss the flop because we miss the 7-4-4 all the time, right? Tons of hands miss this, and we just fold, and we fold to his worst hand because we gave him the chance to bet, and that feels bad. You go, why am I checking? If I bet, he would have won. I would have won the hand, and it's because you're going. Oh, go on.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, but we're setting it up to play later down the road where it's fine that we lost that small amount of money because we folded to his bet. But then when we have those good hands or nutted hands or whatever, that's when we value,
That's
basically.
true.
Is that what
That's
you're getting
true.
at?
But it's something more than that, which is the way that we play, which is harder but better, is to check range and have a robust, polarized check raise strategy. So notice we
Okay.
check raise pocket fours. We are crushing this. He has nothing. I mean, of course he's going to fold, and yet we still do it. We check raise the fours. We check raise our pocket kings and our pocket queens to get to this. But we also check raise along with king four. We check raise ace. Okay,
King
we
five.
check raise our sevens. That makes sense. But let's find our bluffs here.
King
We
five,
check
That's
but it
what I
has
was
raise
wondering
backdoor.
about too, is
king
the check
eight.
raising bluffs. Yeah.
Right.
King 8. Okay.
King eight. 9-8. We check raise. Oh, by the way, we also check raise 7-7 a fair amount.
That feels scary to me. That's probably
Yes.
why I suck.
Exactly. This is harder to do.
Yeah.
But the way that you're going to learn why you do this is I can guarantee you that the best players in the world play more like this than they do betting this flop out of
Yeah.
position. And when you start getting into this and you start check raising the jack 9 instead of betting it, and you make more money because he didn't play this way. I mean, he bets a lot, but he just bet everything. Our guy. And by the way, your guy also doesn't have this range. He has all this stuff too. You know, we know this.
Right.
Your guy has all this stuff, and he bets a bunch because he thinks.
Yeah, because he's in position and he just wants to steal a lot of
Right.
Crash,
times.
have you done the master class at all? Cash game
Uh,
master class?
Honestly, so I'm a trader, but
Right.
I don't know. They kind of go hand in hand, but that's where I devote most of my time. But I love trying to get more into poker.
Okay.
But I mean, I've done some of the. I don't know if it's a master class. I've done some of the courses, like
Yeah,
definitely
if you
not
did the
all of them. Is that
master
what you're
class,
talking about? Like the course?
he
Yeah.
very well explains why which boards and why people have nut advantages and range advantages. And then
Yeah.
when you're in those spots, you can build your check raising range with all those bluffs based off of like he's going to be betting here so much and I'm going to be checking here so much that I have to fill up, got to find tons of check raise bluffs here because I'm going to be checking here so often to to
Yeah,
balance
that
it
was
out.
actually something I was thinking about. Yeah, right. I was thinking about that.
So
Yeah,
it's like
honestly,
when he
I
finds
really
something
love.
where he has a backdoor, where he just has a backdoor straight and 8 high, and he's folding Queen Jack, which is technically a better hand, but he has nothing there. So he gets rid of Queen Jack, but then he has 8-9, where he has a backdoor straight draw, which he's going to turn into a bluff instead. Which is like you're just finding those hands. Now in solver, some of the bluffs are not intuitive. Like that's a kind of intuitive one of having like of check raising a lot, like backdoor straight, backdoor flush. It's very common, but like some of them you'll find that are like sometimes he'll do some shit with like king high where it's like, what the hell? How
I
does it
think
find this?
honestly, if I'm looking at my little stats online, like my check raising is very small. I don't do
There
it
you go.
often, and that's
Right.
It also
probably
makes people
not good.
hate playing
Yeah.
against
It's
you
a
when you
very good
check
way
raise.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
would focus on improving that part of your game. It's a very effective tool.
Yeah, I swear if I look at my stats, it shows me my VPIP and how many times I see bet and this and that, but I should bet my check raising percentage is like 3% of hands or
way
so.
too
It's
low.
like
Yeah.
very
Right.
small.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
it's very
We're
small.
gonna move on.
I
We're gonna
really
move on.
do love this format right now that you guys are
Right.
doing, but like I do the masterclass, just the way my mind works. I have trouble like sitting and paying attention like that, but like
Yeah.
this format is much better for me to actually like take stuff in. So yeah,
Excellent.
much
We do this.
appreciated.
We do this 3 times a week, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays. You're welcome anytime you want to come. Keep coming. It'd be great. So the last thing
Yeah,
I'm going to
that'd
say
be
about
awesome.
this, yeah, we're going to move on. The last thing we're going to say, though, is this. So when you are checking range, and the reason I'm bringing this up is this is perfect because Larry posted him. Phil Hellmuth, before the flop comes out, he says, check dark. He tells you he's
Yeah.
checking range, so you can't have any information from it. Don't fucking do that.
Yeah, no, Helmuth sucks. I hate
He
him.
sucks.
Sorry.
He's an excellent player, but that is a bad thing to do. Don't do that. He may not be an excellent cash game player. He
He's
might,
not an excellent cash
Yeah,
game
he's
player.
definitely not. Yeah.
according to Mark, he's a bad cash game player. But
Well, when you watch him play, I'm like, that's like a total fish donkey move that he's
He,
doing right now.
I
Like,
think he only wins when he has the car, when he's running hot. I really
maybe,
think that's it.
maybe.
I don't
But
know.
he also may be, he also may be so far off the solver because because he's doing what he thinks is the maximum thing against fish. But the thing that he does that is I believe is a complete mistake is you don't say check range.
Don't check, don't dark check or
Don't
what? Yeah,
dark
don't
check.
check the
You
dark.
look at the
Yeah.
hand. Yes, check dark is suboptimal skate. Now, checking range is not suboptimal, but telling them that you're checking range is suboptimal. Because if you're
Yeah,
checking range and
that's a
they
very good
think
point.
you're
I
not,
appreciate that. I didn't realize that. Yeah, they were actually giving information like that.
yeah,
Yeah, good
if
point.
you're
Yeah.
checking range and they know it, if both of you are sitting across the table and you've both studied together and you know this and you check, the other guy looks at you and goes, range, right? And you know what you've done. You've given away this. But if the other person doesn't know it, they will make conclusions that are not true. They will say, well, you can't have a 4. You would never have checked a 4. So when you check range them and they have, a 7, they'll go, well, you can't have it. Go, I checked my 4s. I'm check raising my 4s. Well, you would never check raise quads here. You would want me to stay in. Nope. I'm check raising quads here. And if he doesn't know that, he plays wrong. Let's move on. So on the river, he folded. Next hand. Next hand goes to probably let's say
I think that was
Skate.
a
Skate's
great
got the
hand.
next hand. I don't know where we are in the order, but Skate just got here. Skate, we're folding the 4-3. We're gonna watch it. We'll go till you get a hand that you can play. So 6-10 does the 2 big blind raise, which we think is terrible against this guy. He of course calls. 7-8 Skate. Do you want to complete a 7-8 in the big blind against a 2 big blind raise and a call here?
No, if it was suited, I would much rather prefer that.
Yeah, but you don't have suited. You have offsuit.
Yeah.
Um,
Is it
I'm
good
going to
enough?
complete. Yeah, I'm going to complete here.
I was gonna say yes because even though it's unsuited, it is connected.
And it's 1 big blind. It's
Yes,
it's 1 to
exactly.
5. This doesn't have to work that often. And while
Risk
we're out of
reward.
position against this guy, we're in position against this guy, and this guy is going to put in a lot of money if we hit. So I think I like that he wasted the big blind there.
Would you
if
call?
anybody else- oh, go on.
Sorry, would you have called would half a big blind made any difference in your call there?
I wouldn't. What do you mean? Do you mean if I was in small blind with this?
If the original raise was 2.5 versus
No, I'd
2.
fold. I'd fold.
Okay.
Yeah. 2.5. 2.5 is a bigger number. Yep.
Okay.
That's what it would be. And I certainly would fold to 3. I would fold to 3 like a shot.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Definitely.
And just so we're clear, would you fold that if that player in the small blind was somebody else?
Yeah, fair amount of time. It's close.
Yeah,
It's close against somebody else. It's the 2 big blinds that really. It's 2 big blind. It's the combination of the 2. So
I think it's a fold.
yeah. I think I'd fold again with other people who don't have.
Is this still the
everything.
maniac in this seat, by the way?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Same guy. He's still there. It's our good friend. All right. Let's see if the 7 gets to win or not. So he bets pot. We're not surprised.
I'm assuming he's weak now. But anyways.
So I am hoping this 7 does not fold here. Good for him. This guy's got a straight draw and a backdoor flush.
Yep. I assume.
What do you want to do, Skate?
Well,
This is hard.
yeah, it's a little hard. Well, they're out of position. I think that it's gonna get costly for them. I think that they're gonna. Well, I don't know what they're gonna do, but I would probably fold.
Yeah, I would fold if this guy hadn't called. I would fold with this call in there because of the price. Like if this guy had bet 2 like a normal person and this guy folded, I would call. If this guy bet 2 and this guy bet, but he bets pot, which makes me fold. But when this guy puts in this much more money, now all of a
Yeah.
sudden the bet size is I'm getting 3-1 on my money. I've got an overcard. I've got a backdoor flush and I've got immediate equity to the straight. And I can also turn a 5 and get and become open-ended. I can also turn a 3
Yeah.
and become double gutted. I think
Is there any time that you raise here with 2 people behind you?
not against this guy.
And nothing? Yeah.
Not against this
yeah.
guy.
Say a different player though, when you have pretty much nothing, just a bunch of draws, 2 people
Yeah.
behind you, do you rate? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do it in this situation ever.
Yeah, gotcha.
And here's
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
No, I mean not just with this guy, and here's why. When you raise here, it's a bluff and you want someone to fold. One of these guys has got something good. He bet pot. He bet fucking pot into 2 players, and
And
this
then
guy,
oh,
the
right.
other guy
Yeah.
behind. You're up against some pairs. You're up against diamond draws. You're up against top pair. You know, they're not folding to your raise yet, and I'm not in the business of trying to get 2 ranges to fold to
Yeah.
my bullshit. So heads up, yes. Multi-way, no.
Gotcha.
And I really need the immediate outs of the gut shot, plus lots of ways to get better. And he calls, and I like this call.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like Scotty said, if it was a check bet and then you could probably get it with a raising, even though you wouldn't want to, it would still be a better option. But bet and then call, like
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
yeah,
You could fold ace 9 here and be right most of the time right now.
Yeah, good
You're
point.
not right
Okay.
this time, but you could bet you could fold ace 9 and be behind these guys. But you have a draw to the nuts or the effective nuts. If you're up against 10 jack, that's bad. You know, if you're up against 10 jack of diamonds, that's bad. All right. Anyway, so he calls. Be very interesting to see what villain 16 does here. We've never seen him in this situation, called twice. I think he might pot it again. He does. Can he hang on? I don't think so. Can you? Can you hang on here when this guy calls behind and you're in the sandwich?
If he calls behind, ugh.
I
Oh,
don't
sorry,
think
it's not on me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Skate. To this action, what do you do with 7-8?
yeah. Well, we could see the cards here, but
Yeah.
I mean, 16 villain 16 could have easily been betting a 9,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, until we have more, I mean, So
And this guy called. This guy called.
even if we knew that, okay, that they're always bluffing or whatever the case, that we can't know for sure because we're in the sandwich. We're in one of the worst positions.
Exactly. And this is the part of this guy's game that's been working. And he wins this pot, and we are happy. All right, next hand.
Yep, you got to take the initiative. Take the initiative in the hand, and you'll. Yeah.
I think he's not going to call the 4-6. I think he's going to fold. Okay, he does. There we go. Definitely playing king. He's definitely playing queen 9, and he's definitely limping it. All right, we got that. And now here we are. Who wants to complete 7-9 against this guy? I do.
Yeah.
I want to complete it. I want to complete it. Larry's out. I want to complete it, but I didn't. I don't hate that I didn't because I was going to stay around with a 9 all the way to the river.
I
We go.
I don't hate the fold. I don't
Yeah.
hate the fold.
I don't hate the fold,
That's what.
but I think I want it. All right, here we go.
Uh,
9-8 takes the raise. It's too small. So I think this is really,
Terrible.
really bad. This is really bad. So
huh.
Dean, so Brian knows why it's bad for the same reason I know why it's bad. Same reason Ray knows why it's bad. I want to ask, let's go with who do I want to ask why this is so bad? I want to ask, as I look here, Josh, you haven't talked in a while. Josh, why is this so bad?
Josh is here. I thought he left.
No, Josh is here, but he just timed out.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, Crash.
Oh.
Why is it bad?
I can tell you guys if you guys want me to talk more. Sorry. I feel like
No,
I feel
Josh
like,
turned
so-
on his mic. You lost. You
Go ahead.
almost got
Yep,
it, Josh.
Go ahead. Yep.
Josh, why is this so bad?
This against one player, this hand's fine. Just to check.
Right, but against this specific player, if you've been paying attention, why is this terrible against this specific player?
I think I know why.
Your
too,
hand
but-
just wants to see the flop. I would just check.
Okay, good enough.
I mean-
Crash, why is this Why is this
I
terrible?
think it's because you know he's going to call and you're probably dominated. I mean, or not dominated, but you know he's going to call and your hand is weak-ish.
Yeah.
Is that it?
It's more or less your
Yeah,
short
I mean, I
stack.
like the hand. Honestly, that's just a personal hand that I like, so I
It's a good
don't
hand.
mind it. But yeah,
What?
you know he's going to call, so
Right.
It's going to be harder to play post flop, right?
Right.
Yeah,
You're
against
out
the
of
main hand like that.
position with less than
Yeah.
100 big blinds with a suited connected hand that plays better, deeper. You want to be able to make strong top pair hands, especially against a player like this. This is a hand that's not going to do that.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Exactly. If this was a normal player who raised and we had 8-9 suited here and we did our 3-bet, that's fine because he folds a bunch.
He folds
three
this.
bets.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
it's a bluff. It's a bluff. Why are you bluffing someone who never folds? So you are bloating the pot with a hand that is probably not dominating him. It may be a better hand technically. So like we have 9-8 suited and he has Jack Deuce offsuit. He's ahead with Jack Deuce offsuit.
Mm.
That's the point. This is
Yeah,
what you want to be
that
doing with
makes a lot of sense.
Ace-9 and Ace-8, which is ahead of all of his range. 9-8 is not ahead of his range. It's just a better hand. So yeah, we're bloating the pot. We're never getting a fold. That's just bad.
And we
All right.
outflop him.
And we outflop him. Good. All right.
The only way we
Yeah,
could,
and
really.
now it's hard to play though because you got middle pair. I don't know with
Yeah,
an ace board. Yeah.
Exactly. Whose hand is this? Who started this hand? Anybody? I just nominated when
It
I
should
said
be
it.
Derek or me
Okay,
or
Derek.
Josh.
All right, it's Derek. It's Derek. Derek's name got said first. Derek, you still here? You got 9. You're going to play the 9-8 suited. No, you're not, because that was no. You can't play either of them. But they both played wrong. Let's just see what they do. He bets. Our guy raises nothing. There we go. So now we're seeing this min raise strategy. Let's see if it works. It's not going to work this time. Check. He bets big. We call, and on the river,
Ugh.
Check.
we are so happy. We are so happy. He checks. I think our guy's going to bet again. I don't think he's checking back. Yeah, he just bets. Our guy decides to hang on that it was
And
a
he
bluff.
makes the call.
It's a bluff.
What a call.
Oh,
You
play
you
so
gotta
good.
you gotta raise there, right? I think if you want that pot, you don't make the call. You gotta probably raise. Or-
No, not against this guy. Against this guy.
guy.
Against this guy, he's observed that he's made the right observation that this guy is bluff happy and will do this. He was. He had no
Oh,
in this
okay.
pot.
Yeah, good call. Yeah, gotcha.
And it's just,
Okay.
it's just hanging on for dear life. And he knows he doesn't fold a raise. He's not folding 10-8. You're not going to get a better 10 to fold. So,
Mm.
yeah. Okay.
Just
Finally.
the game.
Finally.
I
All
think
right,
that's
he
one of the
limps.
problems I make. A lot of times I think that I should be like I was thinking represent the ace there,
Yeah.
but like
Right.
that guy probably wouldn't have
Not
played it
against that
anyway. But
10
yeah,
big
yeah.
blinds.
10.
4.5.
10. 10. 8.5. I'm getting there.
8.5 is good too, though.
I'm getting there. I'm
Okay.
adjusting. All right.
It's so funny that he calls this shit.
Yeah. And so now let's take a minute here because to talk about this because you see these players. What is he doing and why?
He wants to
I
see the
don't mean
flop.
strategically. Yeah. What he wants to see the flop, but he's also doing something else. He wants to be in all the pots he can be in, right?
Yeah, he wants to play.
And he's having fun.
Yeah,
What
he's
is he
having fun.
doing in most pots? He's bluffing. He's
Yeah, he's
pushing
just
people off hands. He's having fun.
well. That's. I mean, he's just a typical ego player. I mean, he's just he
Recreational
doesn't
player.
fold, and he loves to try and get people
Right.
to fold.
Right. So one of the guys who and we talked about this hand. It was a live hand that I played against, a guy who is smart, is a smart person, but not a good poker player. He limps in with his 4-6 offsuit like he does, for $10. I made it $140, and he called me. And we're doing. There's a little ego thing going back and forth. I'm trying to see how big I can make it that he finally will fold, and he says, "There's no size you can make me fold, Scotty. Don't you get this? I'm not afraid. I'm not
So,
afraid. He's not afraid.
so
He's enjoying himself."
I have a question about that.
Yes.
I was playing a game, and I'm under the gun. I bet. Bad player calls.
Mm-hmm.
Another bad player makes it 50.
Mm-hmm.
And I make it 680. And he calls.
Yes. Yes.
And then the flop comes, and they make it 300, and he shoves all in.
He had a very strong hand.
So my immediate reaction is to snap fold my aces. I mean, the flop came king 10 3, no, king 10 4. Two spades. I have the king of spades. I mean, the ace of spades.
How bad
So there's
is
about 1,000 behind.
how bad is he that he would play? Would he do this with king queen a lot of the time? Is this how he plays king queen?
I haven't played with him very much. This is at a new venue to me,
It's
so
not a
I've never
snap
played with
fold.
him before.
It's not a snap fold.
So I'm thinking snap fold for another 1,000.
It's
But like
it's
so I ended up calling and losing.
I
Yeah.
thought he only had 300 more.
Where'd you lose to?
No, there's only 1,000 more.
Right.
It
I
was
What
did
1,000
300.
more.
did he
And
did
there's
he flop?
1,200 in the
Went
pot.
all in for 1,000 more.
Right. Did he flop a set on you?
Yeah, he flopped a set.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know. That's hard. All right, let's play this hand. Yes, Alan Keating. This is the Alan Keating strategy. Yeah. Maybe he watches Alan Keating on TV. Okay. So someone's
the
gonna
Alan
play
Keating
as me.
strategy?
So who's gonna
Play any
plays
two
every
cards and
plays
try
every
and
two
win.
cards and then outplay them and then outplay them
Mm.
post flop. Have no fear.
It's
Um,
called just be a super billionaire and not give a shit if you're
Yeah.
losing 100 grand in a night or $1 million
yeah,
in a
exactly.
night.
Yeah, he's playing for a different reason than you. All right. This is gonna go to Larry. I have no list, so we're going back to the top. Larry.
All right.
So you
I'm
so
there.
you approve of the 8.5 size ISO, right?
Yes.
This guy, and he calls. Flop comes this. He checks to you. What do you want to do?
I think we bet.
Okay. What size?
Well, I'm going to change that. So this is the
This is our guy.
guy without a
Our
fold
friend.
button, right?
Yep.
Mm.
I think we can just check back this hand. He's got some showdown.
Yep. Yeah, I think so too, because we know that he's going to check raise us min with a lot of garbage, and we're going to have to be hanging on. So why don't we just hang on for less?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
Check,
let's just check it back. We didn't really.
Oh,
Okay, we
the
like that card.
beautiful card.
Right. So we
All right.
expect. So what do you expect him to do?
I expect him to bet his range here.
Right. And what size do you expect him to bet right now?
Pot.
You right. He bets pot, or bets almost pot.
I don't. Let's see, what's our SPI? Yeah, I don't think that we need to raise him.
Yeah. I don't even think we want to raise.
He never folds.
We probably have the best hand. However, because he probably donked his 10s and his 6s, probably.
I mean, if we raise, what are we
It's
doing?
donked his 7-8.
Are
Yeah.
we semi-buffing or are we value raising? It's hard to
No, we're
know.
value raising against him because he doesn't have a fold button.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to get it all. But I don't want to get this hand all in. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not that good.
Not the greatest.
Not the greatest.
River.
He bets pot.
I don't think we fold against this guy.
Nope. We fold against other people, right?
I think the 10
Absolutely.
actually makes it less likely he has a 10, right? So now you think you're good.
Yeah, we don't think he has a 10 here.
Yeah.
We don't think
We
he has
know
a
that
10.
he's doing this with like 4s and 3s, but actually no, he doesn't. He didn't donk the flop.
Oh.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, we just hero call.
Yeah. We don't think he has a 10. He could have spades. We don't think so. But I'm not even considering folding here. The only question is I'm not good enough to raise here and get called by his 9. I haven't now that I've seen his exact play with cards face up. I would like to be slightly a better player there.
So you were
against this.
very patient and you finally got paid by this guy.
I got paid. I got 60 big blinds off him. So I'm at 250 now. So this is good. All right. At the time, when I did this, because remember this is only one night ago. So at the time, this was the easiest call in the world here. And I wasn't really thinking about raising because I was thinking, well, if I want to raise, I'll raise the river. And when the spade came in, I said, I don't want to raise the river.
That makes sense because you have no idea what he has.
Well, I'm not confident he doesn't have a flush. And even though it's a double,
yeah, you just have no idea. He could have been betting the spades the whole time for the backdoor runner.
Yeah, well, he didn't bet the flop.
It.
When he didn't bet pot on the flop, I thought he didn't have a 10 and he didn't have 6s and he didn't have hearts. That was my thought.
Yeah.
So here, I think he has a 9 sometimes. I don't know if he has 7, 8. I don't know if he would have bet that already. But I definitely think he has spades. And now this, I think I have the best hand, but I didn't say the thing I would with anybody else. With anybody else, this is a trivial call or fold. You never would raise this. And if you raise it, you're raising it as a bluff to try to get him to fold a 10 or to try to get him to fold spades by representing a full house. You're bluffing if you raise this. Against this guy, it's a value raise. But I didn't make the thin value raise. And given this, anybody here want to make a thin value raise there? Not knowing his exact hand, but knowing how he plays.
I'm not finding it.
It'd be hard. Yeah, it'd be hard.
Yep.
I would just be content with taking my hand to showdown at that point.
Take the money, yeah.
And then Larry, it's your hand. I assumed that you were calling the river, right?
We're just calling.
We're just calling. Yep. Yeah, you play it like I do. All right. King Jack here. Mike, what should King Jack do?
King Jack should ISO.
Right. To what size?
8.5.
8.5. Probably 9.5 now. You should start pushing up and finding out what it is. 6.5. Well, at least he's gone bigger. Now there is a size he shouldn't go. He shouldn't go 14 because he's exposing himself to these people too much. He's sticking his neck out too far for them, not because of this. But if he was on the button.
Yeah, considering his position, this is actually not too bad either. I mean, because we're still early, right. I don't think like you're saying, you don't want to go really big. And I think this is big enough to prevent others from just trying to call and play with the fish. I think this is big enough.
Yeah, it is. And look at that. Shocking. First time he's folded to a raise that I remember. And that hand, the best hand I've seen.
That would have been nice.
Yeah. So maybe he got spooked by the money he lost on the 9. Who knows? All right. Go. Mike, 6-4 offsuit against this guy.
Against this guy, I don't know. I'd probably just fold and just go to the next one.
Me too.
But I could see completing because he's not going to raise.
And not going to raise.
Try to play, but
yeah. This seems like the worst. This seems like the absolute worst move possible, though. This seems as bad as the guy who did it with the 8-9 suited, maybe even worse.
I don't remember the last time I completed the small blind.
I know.
And we're talking years.
Yeah. But this is dumb. I mean,
yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's just terrible. All right.
Are you going to make me play this?
No, we're just going to see what he does. So he calls with nothing.
8-4.
Is he going to get out of there now? Nope. Now he does his raise. Call. Now, what does he do on the river? Does he win the pot with? Come
Don't look
on,
like he's
baby.
going away.
Come on, 16. Make it 40. Come on, baby. You can do it. Ah. That's not why you do that.
Probably would have got that one through, I would think.
Yeah, probably
but-
would have. All right. Here we go. This guy is not this guy's made the wrong adjustment. Good. Checks.
Whoa.
Checks through. Our guy now, we assume he's going to bet now. He does. He bets pot. Gets the call. I think he's going to. I hope that he bets again. That he's Alan Keating it. Yep. So good for him. Yes, he thinks he's Alan Keating. That's what his strategy is. He's seen him on TV. And the reason the last hand went was he decided when this guy bets out on the river after he's raised him that he isn't folding. That the fold isn't. But there, he Alan Keatings it. Nice. That's how you play 6-5 offsuit. If you're going to play it, don't play it. This is a money losing strategy. He's just playing the money losing strategy better than most people who do. All right.
Depending how this goes, Scotty, you could be in a pickle here pre-flop.
Nope, I'm not going to be in a
anymore.
pickle. I'm not going to be in a pickle. I don't need to pay for that garbage. Bets and just gets the fold there for reasons we don't know why.
Yeah.
We don't know what makes him.
I thought he would call that. I thought that was going to be easy money for the Kings, but
yeah. Right, King Queen is going to open, and he's already opening bigger than before. Well, no, he's a 4. He started with 4 big blinds. He pushed it up to 5, and he's back down to 4. All right. Shall we bluff raise from the small blind here? Who wants to 3-bet? Who wants to call?
I would be very, very tempted to 3-bet.
All right. Mike is on team 3-bet. Who else is on team 3-bet?
I 3-bet this.
No.
Obviously, Scotty is.
I feel like that's what you're supposed to maybe find the 3-bet, but I'd probably call if I was playing. I don't know.
Well,
I don't like calling the small blind either, but I don't know.
This is going to go very badly for me. Calls?
Maybe results wise, but I mean, you're doing everything you should be doing.
So yeah, you were supposed to 3-bet it though, I guess, huh?
Okay. Let's see how much.
I used King 10 suited as almost a pure. I'm c-betting small here. I'd probably go like a B20, just pretty tiny, not even $7-8.
So I checked.
Checking is good too.
You bet.
Particularly with your particular hand, I think.
Yep. Okay. And what do you want to do when we do the check bet?
Calling.
You need an ace and you don't even know it.
We call. There's the jack. We check. Oh, sorry. What are you doing now?
We called. Yeah, we just check.
Yep, we check. He checks behind.
Checks behind. Loving that.
Okay.
I would probably value bet, to be honest.
Yep. What size?
It would be block size. It would be like 20.
Like 20? Yeah, okay. 20 is too big. 19.14. Get precise. And he calls and we get value owned. That's not so bad. That hand didn't go that badly. Yep. Okay. Larry, Mike, Frank. If Frank is here, I think Frank is gone. Let's see. Is Frank gone? Frank is gone. And then I'll make sure we get everybody. Frank, Crash, back on you. All right, here we go.
Right.
Let's see. Oh, it's going to be a hand that we're going to play like this. All right, here we go. Okay. Oh, and our guy is now gone. He might be gone forever, or he might just be sitting out. We're going to find out. If he leaves the table, we'll know because I will just leave the table. So you got pocket 8s on the button to a raise. You are deep.
To a raise. So pocket 8s on the
blinds
button. I'm gonna 3-bet here. I think. To pocket 8s, I probably want to go. I probably want to go reasonably sized. I think maybe, I don't know, maybe raise it to like 8, like 3x.
Yeah, sure.
Something
7.5. Those are fine
Yeah,
numbers.
7.5, 8. Yeah.
Right. And the one thing I'm going to say
I'd go
is,
8 on my 8s, I guess.
good. And against better players, as you move up in size, the question you're not going to say to yourself ever again is, with my exact hand, I want to go this size. What you're going to do is you're going to have a basic 3-bet size, not based on your cards, but based on whether you're raising or not and their position and bet sizes, so that your size doesn't telegraph your hand strength. Now, against weak players, you don't care. You can bet 8s bigger than your aces so that your aces keep people in. You can bet your aces bigger because you want to get more value. You can do anything you want against weaker players. But
Yeah,
against
but
better players,
yeah, you want to like 8s and aces are the same exact bet, really.
yeah. If you're
Normally.
three
Yeah,
betting,
gotcha.
you're 3-betting, you have a
Yes.
3-bet size. Okay. I chose to call this time on the button. If I was in the cutoff with these 8s, I would have 3-bet him. The button is the only place that I would have considered.
So you're in
And most-
position, so you want to play the hand, basically.
We're super deep. We're 200 big blinds deep, and I want to have more clarity before I bloat a pot that I'm in position. So
Oh,
that's
right. Yeah. Because you
We're
don't
not-
know you're in the position because he could check, do that whole thing we were talking about
good,
earlier.
but I'm still in
Yeah,
position.
I guess.
If
Yeah,
you
okay.
check range, that's fine. I don't
Yeah,
mind.
check rate. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. But that's the thing. If we were 50 big blinds deep for some reason, like he only had 50 big blinds, I would raise him with the 8s and be happy to get it all in. At 200 big
Okay.
blinds, I'm being a little more careful. Okay. And he bets out. He donks right into me. I'm sorry, donks. He's the leader. He goes for the non-check, so he bets. What would you like to do, Crash?
Just 2 big blinds. I think I'm continuing just to call.
Excellent. Let's do that. Let's call. I think that's perfect. Anybody who wants to disagree with any of these, just jump in either in the chat or yell out. If Crash and I agree, we're just moving on. The 9 comes. He checks.
All right. This one's a little harder now. So I don't want to get. So he bet. Now that he's just checking, I'm not sure that I don't know if he continuation bets on with like a 9 or a jack or not. I feel like maybe a small bet because just because I'm in position, and maybe
And
that's
what does
the
that
wrong
small
play.
bet do? So what does that small bet do? If you bet small, what does he do with the garbage hands that he just continued with? Like ace queen, if you bet small here.
Yeah, maybe I get check raised there.
He'll probably get folds. He probably
You
folds.
get folds. Okay, so okay.
He probably folds an ace queen here if you bet.
That's kind of what I'm looking. That's kind of what I was thinking. Is I want someone with a fold that doesn't have a pair and a higher cards to fold. I guess is kind of what I was thinking.
I don't think you do.
No, okay.
No. This is uncomfortable, but this is the thing. This is the thing. When someone has 6 outs against you, 12, 13% to win, you don't mind giving them a chance to bluff the river at you with a hand that can call down, because your hand can call. You want to get away from being afraid of getting outdrawn. Now, charging draws is fine, but there is no reason to think our hand is best. If he was a decent player and he had a jack here, he should check this turn a lot. Because if I have a 9 in my hand, I call the flop. I never raise if I have a 9 in my hand. When he has a 9 in his hand, he often checks the flop. So who has more 9s at this moment? Me.
Okay, so we just check and see another card then.
So he with a jack, he absolutely can, check call here. Now, if my plan is to turn my 8s into a bluff and try to get him to fold a jack by the river or pocket 10s, a hand like that, then I want to bet here pretty big, and then I want to bet huge on the river if I'm trying to get him to fold a jack. But I don't need to do that. But I don't need to do that. I have 8s. I'm just going to check back.
Check. Yeah. Okay.
And I'm going to call a lot of rivers.
Yeah. I'm going to call probably unless I saw an ace, king. Right now, I'm kind of putting him on a higher card, and
And he bets 3.
That's what I'm putting him on. Sorry.
He bets 3. Yep.
So 3. So I'm just calling, I guess. I don't want to get. Do we raise?
Right. We said we had showdown. We said when he has an ace, he might bluff. This is a size. This is exactly what we wanted to have happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
This hand
okay,
is
call.
great.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I thought you were saying we should raise there. Now I was like,
No,
no, I
no,
probably just want to call. Just call. Yeah,
no.
yeah. Okay,
This
gotcha.
is
Yep,
exactly what we want.
yep.
He can have. He could have played ace eight of hearts this way. That would have made sense. He could play ace king and ace queen this way. Those would have made sense. He can play pocket tens this way and we lose. He can play ace jack this way and we lose. He can play pocket
So-
sevens this way and we win. There's all sorts of things, and it's half and half. And with this, and we don't even need
Basically,
to win.
by checking the turn, we actually got that extra 3 whatever big blinds out of him. This is what ended up happening.
And we got it from his pocket sevens.
Sevens. Wow. Okay. Wow.
And we don't have to. If he showed down pocket tens here, we wouldn't feel bad because this hand,
Yeah.
we don't have to
You still
win.
played
this.
it right. Yeah.
Be profitable. We have to win this 3 blind big blind bet one time out of 1, 2, 3, 4. One time out of 4, we have to win this for it to be good. That's easy. And that was one of the times. Yay us. All right. Josh, if you're still here. Josh is not here. All right, here we go. Brian is still here. Let's see if you get to play a hand. Here we go. Just folds to the guy. And this is still the same guy. He's back. Yay. He raises. That's probably not the same guy. We'll find out. It's probably not the same guy. We'll see in a second. That's not the same guy. New guy. The thing is wrong. And I would not be surprised that this is the last hand we play and we leave the table. No. Okay, maybe it is. We'll see. Easy call with a queen eight suited here, right? To a 2 big blind bet. Trivial.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay. All right. This is going to be a hand to play. What would you like to do, Brian?
My out of position.
Yeah, you're out of position.
Check.
We check.
Check.
He checks behind. Good. The diamond comes. What would you like to do now?
All right. I probably check again here.
Okay. You check because your hand. So checking because your hand is a perfectly good marginally made hand with showdown value, can easily call a single bet, and when it goes check to the river, you get to win. Right?
Yep. Yeah.
Now, why
If
would
he
you want
checks
to bet?
back here, I might. If I decide, I could. There's also an option. I don't hate betting here. Say some portion of the time we have the best hand here.
Yeah.
You got the ace of hearts, I guess.
A
I don't know if that
decent-
helps.
No, we're us. We're the
Oh,
queen.
sorry. Yeah,
We're
right.
actually
Never
made.
mind.
We're actually made.
A decent portion of the time I'm betting here for value to charge hands like all of his hands that are inelastic here, like weaker 8x. He's gonna have some like 7-6. He can have a lot of flush draws. He can have backdoor flush draw that
And he has 2
has
over
net.
all the time, right?
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah. He has a lot of 2 over cards. Like there's a lot of hands that I can charge here
Yeah.
that to get value from.
Yep.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I probably actually I would have I don't know. I just don't know. I think I probably would have bet here actually when it comes down to it. And without seeing the cards, I would probably
I'm betting
end
here.
up owning myself.
Yeah.
But that's
I'm
okay.
betting here.
I don't really
When
care.
you bet here, when you bet here, what size do you want to go?
I'm actually gonna overbet the pot. I would have bet 5
Okay.
5 big blinds.
Okay. I think I'm gonna bet
Because
I think I'm gonna bet 3.5 or 4. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2.85.
Mhm.
We get called. So you get called. What's his range? Tons
you
of
can have maybe some weak jack X, but that's going to be significantly reduced. You can have 8x, 7x, 5x, flush draw, straight draws, pair plus flush draw, pair plus straight draw, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so yeah, let's go to the river, see what happens.
Yeah. And I think when we talk about his weaker jack X, he opened. So I think the weakest
Yeah, he
jack
shouldn't
X,
have any.
yeah, the weakest, I mean,
Queen jack.
his jack 5, which he shouldn't have, is 2 pair. His jack 6 is a straight draw and a jack. His jack 7 is 2 pair, jack 8, jack 9. So he doesn't have any actually weak jacks here.
Yeah,
He just has
that's true.
jacks. So all those jacks were bet. Every one of his jacks was good enough to bet, and he didn't bet it. and there's a heart draw out there. So I think people bet a lot of their jacks already. I think he is depleted of jacks, not devoid, but depleted.
Yeah, I don't think he has many. That's kind of why the only reason I
Yeah.
value bet
But he
is
can
because
have,
I would.
yeah, but he can have all that. But when he calls here, he can have all the flush draws in the world, especially the diamonds. He can have easily have a gut shot here, and he can have a pair plus a gut shot, like a pair, like with the 8. So there we go.
9 brings in a 4-liner, and downgrades us to third pair. It
It
changes
is a double
hands.
4-liner. It's a double
Yeah,
Yeah.
4-liner.
I don't
6
think
and
that
10.
if I had a jack here, I would bet small.
Yeah.
Without a jack here, I just got downgraded to what hand? Like a hand like 7-9. It's definitely
Mhm.
there.
Yeah.
He's got hands like, well, 7-9. Where did he open from? Under the gun?
No.
He's technically cut off. He's cut
Yeah.
off, so he can
Yeah.
have some of those hands. Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
probably check here and really love to see it check
Oh,
through. And sometimes I
do
win.
you
And if he comes
do
out and
you
bets really small, I might check raise.
Yeah.
do you ever try to do like a block bet here, and if you get raised, you just fold?
You can do
Not with a
that.
hand like
That's
8x. I'm
that.
not doing it.
Yeah.
No, not yeah, not with something that bad. Yeah.
But you could do it with but you could certainly do it with a
Maybe,
9.
yeah, maybe if
Okay.
I got here with Queen 9,
Yeah, you could
because
do
I
it with
could
a
get
9.
here with Queen 9, I would probably bet. I would probably block bet Queen 9.
Because the one thing about a block bet is you want it to get it is a value bet. You want it to get called a fair amount of the time by hands that you beat. And the 8 doesn't get called by hands that it
Okay.
beats very often.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it
Very
could. It still can
unlikely.
get beaten by a 5 and a 7, but it's not common. Okay.
If we're
Let's
gonna bet an 8 here, we're turning into a bluff, and we're not betting small. I'm betting big.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
okay. Okay. We'll just finish this. Okay. All right. We're gonna finish this hand and then we're gonna be done. But if we bet here, it's a bluff. We can turn this hand into a bluff.
Well, that's why I'd like to check and then look to check raise.
Yeah.
It
So
depends
that's
on
a
his
good way to do it.
sizing.
Okay. So we
Sometimes
check.
win.
We check if he bets. If he bets small, we decide it's not a straight, it's not a flush, and we can get him off it. But he checks behind. We get value owned for a
We
couple
lose.
times.
Yeah.
Big deal. Big deal.
Not a big deal.
Not a big deal at all. All right. I'll see you guys on Friday.